What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another Manchester City live watch-along, as today we're going to be doing the big Premier League live watch-along of Manchester City taking on Arsenal in the Premier League. Doesn't really get much bigger, it's a title decider. Both sides know with a win today, then they're going to be favourites for the Premier League title. So that's pretty much what is the context and what's going on with today's game. So it's a big one. And normally I'd be very nervous. I'm normally nervous in this situation because we're so used to Manchester City being the team on top and it's other teams playing catch up to us. And, you know, we're left thinking about if we'd not had this one bad result or two bad results about how clear we could be at the top of the Premier League. It's not been a case. It's been an unusual Premier League title race where Manchester City are the ones that are doing the chasing here, and it's Arsenal that have done their best to allow Manchester City into a position where if we win today, then we could go 3 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. We play before Arsenal as well because we're playing Wednesday evening with Arsenal not playing until next Saturday, where Man City know that if we win both of our games, then we're going to go top of the Premier League because in terms of goal difference, we're +3 goal difference behind Arsenal. However, we win today. Winning by 1 means there's a gain of 1 for Man City and 1 lost for Arsenal. Sends the goal difference to just 1. And if we beat Burnley by just 1, then we end up levelling up on goal difference and Man City would go over Arsenal on goals scored. So realistically, you know, Man City want to go on and win the Premier League. We want to make a big statement here today against Arsenal. And I think the biggest statement we can make is through beating Arsenal by any means necessary. It'd be brilliant to go out and win by 2 or 3 goals because it means we'd overtake Arsenal's goal difference today, and Arsenal are always going to be looking towards playing catch-up, but I feel like that's us just getting too far ahead of ourselves. You know, we're in a position here where we could go 3 points behind Arsenal. We want to try and beat Arsenal. Arsenal have got 1 win in the last 5 games in all competitions. That's what we're aiming to look to try and do, and that's realistically what we want to try and achieve as well heading into this game. So in terms of my live watch along, we'll go through the teams, we'll speak about what we think could well happen in this game, where this game could be won and lost, and pretty much what direction we're looking at in the next couple of hours. About, you know, if Man City lose today, I think for me that's the Premier League title done and dusted. However, Manchester City win today, and I think this is very much game on, and Man City potentially Premier League title favourite. So things get very interesting over the next 2 hours or so. Looking forward to it. Should be a real good game of football. City have been playing with a lot of freedom over the last few weeks. And Man City have been playing some of their very best football of the season and saving it for the right end of the season, the business end of the season. And I'm excited to see what does happen in today's game. And I'm intrigued to see what Arsenal are going to do different to try and stop Manchester City here as well. So before we do speak about today's game, and we'll have a look at the teams and potentially where this game could be won and lost, don't forget to go and leave a thumbs up on today's stream. That would be much appreciated. We are aiming for 100 likes. Made a good start already, 1/5 of our way there. We're on 20 likes. We're just 80 likes away from 100, so any help towards that, guys, would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to make sure that you do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. I've just having a look at my live subscriber count, and I can see we're only 3 subscribers, so hopefully that'll be today that we go less than 300 subs away from my goal of 49,000 subscribers. So any help, guys, towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and get your thoughts in the live chat. I will interact with everybody in just one moment, but get where you're tuning in from today and your score predictions ahead of this huge title decider in the chat. That would be much appreciated. And I will say hello to everybody in just one moment. I do want to say a big thank you, firstly, though, to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro, which you can go and check out. Links and details, they are in the description. I'll also have the link out for you guys in the chat if you want to go and check out My Best 11 Pro. That would be much appreciated.
Where you build your dream team, compete with other players and friends.
Make sure that's pinned in the chat. There we go. So My Best 11 Pro is a free app to download for you guys to enjoy and check out. They've got two pools available that you can go and join, including having a look at predictions and fantasy football. So if that's your kind of thing, then do go and check out My Best 11. Links and details there in the description. There's two £100 pots available ahead of Premier League match day number 34. We are approaching the end of the season now, aren't we? So yeah, you can go and check that out. Links and details, as I said, they are in the description. And a big thank you to My Best 11 Pro for sponsoring today's live watch along. Remember, anyone that does check out My Best 11 Pro does help to support the future content created here on my channel. You can go and check out the QR code that will send you straight through to the download page to download the My Best 11 app, and you can go and check it out there. Don't forget to join the JSGC League as well. If you just click on either of the pots, go to Leagues at the bottom and press that and use code MANCITY, and that will join you into my private league. So do go check that out. And a big thank you to My Best 11 Pro for sponsoring today's live watch along. So to the chat, a warm welcome to Mawaka. Thank you very much for tuning in, much appreciated. Paul, welcome, thank you for tuning in, going with a 4-0 Manchester City win. I'd take a 4-0 win every day of the week. Vanessa, welcome, thank you for tuning in. All Things Football, welcome, thanks for tuning in. There's very much a lot of pressure going into today's game. The background is looking rather depleted and empty. It is what it is. Jessica, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you are well. Barry as well, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Helping to moderate today's chat. Remember, no spoiling it for others, because there will be people who are not watching in real time who will be behind. And also, make sure you do have a good live watch along, and make sure that you're just following all the standard protocol, really. No spoiling it for others, no swearing, no bad language, any of that. No making this an unenjoyable experience for anybody. We want to have a real good time. Manchester City are playing a huge title decider against Arsenal. Things are going to be very animated. Things are going to get heated. Things are going to happen. It's going to be very exciting. Looking forward to covering it. I just don't want it spoiling for anybody. Everybody's welcome here on my channel and my live watch along, so I would appreciate people just following the rule. And if there is anybody out there spoiling it for others, then I'd appreciate moderators just getting rid of them out of the chat. That would be fantastic. And speaking of moderators as well, I'm not going to be watching in real time. I'm watching on Now TV, which broadcasts Sky Sports here in the UK, if any of you guys aren't aware, but it does involve streaming. And so because it's using Wi-Fi to stream, it does mean that obviously it's going to be behind real-time television, roughly normally talking around 20 seconds or so. So I may be 20 seconds behind other people, so I'd appreciate nobody spoiling it for me as well. If people are trying to ruin things in the chat, then moderators, get rid of them. That would be much appreciated. Greg, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm hoping City can get the job done as well. Paul, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. He's wanting Manchester City to obviously get some fire into today's game and going for a 3-0 Manchester City win. Tito, welcome. Says feeling very confident today. Don't think Arsenal's starting front line has played that many games together. We'll speak about the teams and the starting 11 that Arsenal have gone for, because Arsenal have changed it up. Not a surprise. 1 win in 5. They're always going to, I think, change things up into this game. HS, thank you for tuning in. Going with a 3-1 Manchester City win. Jessica going with a 2-0 Manchester City win. There's lots of positivity. Remember, get your voting on the poll in the chat if you so wish. 83% of you guys going with a Man City win, 11% with Arsenal, and 6% with a draw. And Garthon, thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you once more. Much appreciated. Uncle, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Says, I'm scared. I just want 3 points even if we win 10-9. I don't think we're going to be in for a 19-goal thriller, but 3 points is the most important thing. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good game, and hopefully Manchester City can get the job done. As I said, it's Arsenal that have been bottling it. There's a reason why Arsenal bottles are being sold outside of the Etihad Stadium today, with Arsenal logos on the Costco water, selling for a whopping £2. I'll tell you, that's inflation right there. Anyway, yeah, it's all taking a mimic from obviously the meme that we were having a laugh at last week after Man City's away win against Chelsea, with that fan taking in the Arsenal bottle, and obviously that being filmed on Sky Sports, being broadcast around the world, and it went down with the Arsenal fans not very well, so they're trying to use that as motivation, and Manchester City's, they're calling it arrogance, they're calling it ego ahead of this game, but the big question is, we can sit here and say it's pressure on Man City, but Man City aren't the team that's leading the way. Arsenal are the team that's leading the way. They've led for most of the way for most of the season. It's Arsenal who are under pressure, who are showing signs of cracking. It's Arsenal that need to turn up and put in a high-quality performance to try and showcase that they are ready to win the Premier League. So the question is, if Arsenal want to win the Premier League, can you come to the Etihad Stadium and get a result? Can you come to the Etihad and win? They're the big questions. Could they make it happen? We'll have to wait and see. Welcome to NH. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Jean, welcome. Thanks for tuning in as well. Going 2-0 today, just like the Carabao Cup final. I'll take a 2-0 every day of the week. Barry or Baz, welcome. Tuning in from Middlewich, going with a 3-2 Manchester City win. Jessica, I don't get too carried away. We've got experience of winning a Premier League. If Man City win today, I'd say Man City are favourites to win the Premier League. It doesn't mean I think Man City are going to go on to win the Premier League, because we've got some pretty tricky fixtures to come. It helps that we don't have to play every 3 to 4 days, and we've not got Champions League distractions and exhausting game, but it's not easy. Burnley away offers its own difficulties. Burnley gave Nottingham Forest a right good game today away from home, so, Turf Moor, it's not going to be an easy game. Championship outfit Southampton next weekend in the FA Cup semi-final. It's not going to be an easy game. Southampton are looking really good in the Championship right now, potentially could secure promotion in the coming weeks to the Premier League, so we could be looking at, in the not too distant future, a future Premier League team who are winning games, full of confidence, on a tremendous run in the second half of the season. They're going to be backed by a huge sellout crowd. It's going to be a difficult game, that I think, for Man City, and I just don't think you can afford to look too far away. And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I feel like that's Arsenal's trouble. Pulling out the Excel spreadsheets. Here's who we've got coming up. These are where points are going to be won. These are where points are going to be lost. I feel like you're just looking too far ahead of it. I obviously everyone's going to look at the fixtures, but I'm not thinking to myself, win this game, drop points here, win this game, win this game, win this game. I'm just thinking to myself, we know what we need to do. We need to win every Premier League game between now and the end of the season. You take things one game at a time. We've got a job to do here against Arsenal, and if we can get the job done today, then all focus goes on to our recovery ahead of playing in a few days' time on Wednesday evening against Burnley away from home. Not going to be easy. A job needs to be done, and that's as far, for me, as things need to go. We don't need to look any further beyond than that, in my opinion. And I think that having that mentality, I think, is how you end up winning Premier Leagues, in my opinion, because you're not getting distracted by anything. You're just focusing on the here and now. And if you take things just one game at a time, you end up picking up great results against really good teams at the right end of the season. We had a full focus on the Carabao Cup final. We weren't thinking about anything else, just beating Arsenal that day, and we did it. Got to the FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool. We weren't focused on anything else. It wasn't rotation or, taking players off, resting legs and things. We weren't thinking about anything else. We were just thinking about going out, playing football, playing well, scoring goals, winning the game. And we did it. And it was the same last week against Chelsea. We weren't thinking about, we've scored 3 goals, we've got Arsenal coming up. We were just thinking about, we've got a job to do. We've made some gains on goal difference. Don't concede in them final 15, 20 minutes. Take them gains on goal difference. Focus on the here and now and get the job done. And it's the same here again today. We're going to play the game. we're going to be looking towards Arsenal are going to look to try and park a bus. They're going to have a lot of players trying to disrupt Man City's momentum, creativity and build-up. So we need to go out there. For me, I'd chuck a kitchen sink very early on. I'd be looking to try and attack and score goals. First 15, 20 minutes. Go out there, score a goal, change Arsenal's game plan and bring them out to play football. And if we can do that and we can get ourselves into a good position, scoring 2 or 3 goals, we're in a very, very, in my opinion, positive position into this game. Don't be thinking about Wednesday. Don't be thinking about the FA Cup. Don't be thinking about trickier games to come that's coming into May. Thinking about today, only Arsenal. Focus on getting the job done against Arsenal, because for me, we don't win today, I don't think Man City win the Premier League. Welcome to... sorry, I'm missing people in the chat. Welcome, Dave. Dave's going for a draw, goalless draw. I think Dave reckons City win the league, but I don't think Man City win the league if we don't win today. I think the only way we make gains on these 6 points that we are behind Arsenal, this is a 6-pointer. We've got a chance here for Arsenal to lose and Man City to win, to narrow that gap down to 3 points, with us having a game in hand to come at some point in May against Crystal Palace at home. So for me, got to win today. We don't win today, Arsenal are very much favourites. Goalless draw, if it finishes level today, obviously it's as you were, it's a lot of points. You're relying on Arsenal probably dropping points in 2 more games between now and the end of the season. Do I see it happening with the fixtures that they've got? I'm not, truthfully, I don't see that happening, if I'm being honest. But we win today, and Man City might not need Arsenal to drop any more points. And I think the key to Arsenal dropping points is to simply make gains on that goal difference and win our games. And at some point, Arsenal will go, we're tired, we want to focus on Atletico Madrid, we want to focus on getting to the Champions League final, we're going to give something up here, and we're going to end up chucking a game, dropping some points where maybe we shouldn't be dropping some points, because we can't keep up the sprint at the finish line for this marathon of a Premier League season. And that's the importance for me of playing every 3 to 4 days. And that's why Arsenal's focus on trying to win the quadruple, it's so difficult to do. It was heartbreaking that we exited at the last 16 in the Champions League against Real Madrid. Heartbreaking. But it's done us the world of good in terms of our recovery and how fresh we're looking. Man City here on the back of 7 days of rest. Arsenal have had, 3 days to prepare and recover, ready for this game after a game, a negative, boring game against Sporting CP. It's not ideal. They'd like a week's rest ahead of this big game, but it's just not happened. So the question is, how well are Arsenal in terms of their recovery? What's their condition looking like? And that's why I'd say if I'm Man City, I look to try and tire Arsenal out very quickly. Kitchen sink, 10, 15, 20 minutes in, knock the ball around, make Arsenal do a lot of moving, a lot of running. And if Man City can still be in a real good position where we're winning the game, 20 minutes to go, you bring your fresh legs on, and I think Arsenal, they'll just start to self-doubt and they'll start chucking players forward, and you look to just pick them off. And I think if Man City can play a real careful game like we did at Wembley, where we don't do anything silly, we're just going to focus on playing football, creating and putting our opportunities in the back of the net, we win today, in my opinion. And that would be my approach. First 15, 20 minutes, pushing to try and get that opening goal, not doing anything silly, making sure we're defending them set pieces, defending them long throws, not allowing Arsenal any opportunities for easy goals. If Arsenal are to score today, you make them score world-class goals, goals that we can't defend against. Nothing stupid, nothing silly. That, for me, is what we need to do. Welcome as well to Verico. Much appreciated. Do hope you are well. Destroy, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. You're right. They are in the box seat. It's a must-win game, this, for Man City. Take it one game at a time. They're going with the 2 wingers. We can't afford a sloppy 15, 20-minute start to the game like we've had over the last couple of games. It was sloppy against Liverpool. It weren't brilliant against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. It weren't very good last weekend against Chelsea. I felt like for first 20 minutes or so in the game, we were a bit lackluster. So for me, got to iron that out, and you iron that out by just looking to create and score goals early in this game. Mixid, welcome. I agree as well. Yeah, must win if we're wanting to win the title. It's got to be a win for today. Jessica, Arsenal have had a lot of injured players. Could be a big bonus as the game goes on. Fatigue could become a big issue. I think that will become a bigger issue for Arsenal than it will be for Manchester City. Greg, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Tito, could be a good way to go about it. Long range efforts, testing the goalkeeper. We'll see what would happen. Uncle, to be fair, in terms of that game against Real Madrid, first 20 minutes, we didn't play bad at all. We were taking the game to Real Madrid. It literally just came down to that tie was decided at the Bernabeu with how good Federico Valverde was. So if Arsenal want to replicate what Real Madrid did to Man City, who's going to be their Valverde? Because I'd have thought Man City would be looking to try and iron out the gaps. At the moment, with what's worked over the last 3 weeks for Man City, they don't need to change anything up. And that is exactly why Man City haven't changed anything up ahead of today's game as well. Baz, treble is still on for Manchester City. A domestic treble, a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup and a Premier League. We'll see what does happen. So just before I do have a look at the teams for today's game, do make sure to leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. We are aiming for 100 likes. We are now only 60 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your thoughts in the comments below. If you're watching after the game, that is. Get your thoughts in the chat, including your score predictions for today's game and where you're tuning in from as well. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. As I said before, we're on that push now to 49,000 subscribers. We're now less than 3 subscribers away from my aim of hitting 48,700 today. So any help towards that, guys, would be great. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They are in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code MANCITY to join my private league over on My Best 11 Pro as well. That would be much appreciated. Right, players are in the tunnel. They're ready to make their way out onto the pitch, which is a good spot for me to just very quickly have a look at today's teams. As I said, Man City haven't changed up anything they're going with, near enough. The same team that they've been going with since we beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Only change from that day is we've seen Donnarumma come into goal ahead of James Trafford. It's the same team that beat Chelsea last weekend. 4-1-3-2 formation. Donnarumma starting in goal. Matheus Nunes on the right. Nico O'Reilly fit and starts on the left. Abdukodir Khusanov and Marc Guehi as Man City's 2 centre-backs. It's Rodri in front of them in defensive midfield. Man City's midfield 3 in front of Rodri. You've got Bernardo Silva, captain for today. Alongside him on the right-hand side, Rayan Cherki, Jeremy Doku on the left-hand side. And I suspect Antoine Semenyo is going to have a bit more freedom in attack, partnering with Erling Haaland. On the bench for Manchester City today, you've got James Trafford, Tijjani Reijnders, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Omar Marmoush, Nico Gonzalez, Rayan Ait-Nouri, Savinho, and Phil Foden. For Arsenal, lining up with their traditional 4-3-3 formation, David Raya starting in goal. It's Mosquera that's given the nod on the right-hand side, and Hincapi starting on the left-hand side. It's Saliba and Gabriel as the 2 centre-backs. Midfield 3 made up of Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard returning to the team from injury, risking Odegaard trying to get a bit more creativity. That's where I said Arsenal have looked to change things up. Normally you see Eze starting more into midfield. He starts Eze, but he's starting on the left wing, which is not normally where we would see him starting. And interestingly, I thought it might either have been Leandro Trossard starting, or would have seen Gabriel Martinelli potentially starting. Of course, scored at the Emirates Stadium in that 1-1 draw back in September. Madueke, he's come back from injury. He's risked. He starts on the right-hand side in the absence of Bukayo Saka, who's not in the squad today due to injury. That's a blow for Arsenal, and it's Kai Havertz that's given the nod in attack. I did speak about that in my preview. I thought they might go with him over Gyökeres. So on the bench, they've got Ben White, Gabriel Jesus, former City man, Gabriel Martinelli, Kepa, Victor Gyökeres, Christian Norgard, Leandro Trossard, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and youngster Max Dowman. Man City led by manager Pep Guardiola and Arsenal led by manager Mikel Arteta. Arsenal have played one game more than Manchester City. City have still got a home game to come against Crystal Palace. Huge two sides going toe-for-toe here. City 6 points behind Arsenal. Gap can be closed down to 3, with Man City having the chance to make some serious gains and overtake Arsenal's goal difference ahead of our game in hand at some point against Crystal Palace next month. And don't forget, Man City, in terms of match day number 34, are going to be going before Arsenal. We play on Wednesday because the FA Cup is next weekend, so Arsenal take on Newcastle at home next Saturday. And by the time that Arsenal next kick a ball after today's game, Man City could well be top of the Premier League. And what's crazy is last Saturday, when Arsenal played, if they'd beaten AFC Bournemouth, they could have been first. But they're not. So, huge game to come. Baz throwing out a great statement. Abdukodir Khusanov to score. Why not? Love that one. Right, guys, get your votes in on the poll. 78% of you guys going with a Man City win, 17% with an Arsenal win, and 5% with a draw. The two sides are out on the pitch, they're ready to go. City in their home strip sky blue shirts with their white striped white shorts and sky blue socks. Arsenal in their home shirts as well, which is the red shirts with white sleeves, white shorts, and white socks. Captain Bernardo Silva there, giving his orders to the Manchester City team. Sorry, it's Red Sox for Arsenal. Stadium's very full. Tickets very much in demand. I did try my best to get a ticket for today's game. Very difficult, very expensive. So I thought, we'll do a live watch along and have a great time on here instead. Looking forward to it. This is a big game of football, this, between two of England's very best going toe-for-toe. All on the line. The next 90 minutes, they matter and then some. Huge game of football, this one. Should be a good one. Man City, Arsenal. Bring it on. Right, Arsenal are going to get us underway for kickoff for today's game. Arsenal attacking from right to left, attacking the north stand first, as Arsenal get us underway for today's game. Manchester City attacking from left to right, attacking the south stand here in the first half as we normally do. Long ball sent forward by Arsenal, dealt with in the air there by Marc Guehi. Jeremy Doku gets control of the football, looks to take on the Arsenal fullback there. But it's a pretty good interception there, to be fair. And is it a free kick that's been given? I thought it was going to give a throw in. There we go. Giving a free kick instead. Daniel, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. DG, thanks for tuning in as well in London today. Enjoy. It's always a nerve-wracking game, isn't it, when things are all on the line? But that's what we play for, isn't it? It's what we play for. Oh, right. What are Manchester City going to do today? Are we going to get the job done? That's the big question. Here's Antoine Semenyo then. Looking to play football, does well. Finds Rodri in the centre of the park. He'll play the ball back here to Abdukodir Khusanov. He'll go back to goalkeeper Donnarumma. He's got options to his right and left. He's just going to send this one central downfield, looking for Erling Haaland. A good bit of defending there by Arsenal. It's not the best of passes from Erling Haaland, looking for Jeremy Doku, and Arsenal can intercept him. Matheus Nunes will look to try and bring Arsenal forward, but there's Man City captain Bernardo Silva announced this week that he is indeed going to be leaving Manchester City upon the expiry of his contract on June 30th. Of no surprise, been rumours circulating for a very long time that Bernardo Silva weren't going to be signing his new contract, and Bernardo Silva's been at Manchester City for 9 years now. And he was getting linked with the exit door like 3-4 years back. And to give Bernardo Silva credit, he was like, you know what, he wants to leave. He wants to go somewhere warmer, better climate, more sunshine. But he said, I'll do my time at Man City in my prime years, see what I can win, see what I can do, earn the money, be real happy. And upon that, I'll look to spread my wings elsewhere when he feels like his time is done at Man City. And that's what's happened here. So It'll be brilliant for Bernardo Silva if he's to leave Man City. The last thing that he does is lift the Premier League trophy. That would be a brilliant way to say farewell to what has been a fantastic servant for Manchester City. So here is Rayan Cherki then on the right-hand side here in the final third. Arsenal currently got all their bodies back here, just weary of Man City's attacking threat as Nunes plays a pass into Semenyo. Here's Jeremy Doku's gone to the right-hand side at the minute. As Semenyo does well. He wants a corner, but referee says it's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal instead. Bernardo's been very much a legend. I don't think he'll get a statue. I don't think he's at that element, but I think he'd go down as a brilliant servant for the club, an icon. I'm not sure he'll get a statue, though. There's a poor giveaway there from Arsenal, and the crowd just getting on the back of David Raya there, and Man City just look to put Arsenal under pressure. John Stones' contract up as well. I expect him to leave. I think Sam Lee was reporting that John Stones is going to leave Manchester City as well upon the expiry of his contract on June 30th. It's good skills there from Jeremy Doku, and he's still got hold of the ball here. Arsenal looking to try and double team him. Madueke's in there. O'Reilly picks the ball up. Marc Guehi now to Jeremy Doku. Good work from Doku. Finds O'Reilly in a little bit of space. Centralises it across. Haaland has the first shot. Second shot comes in. Deflected. Post. Oh! City claim it's gone over the line. They want a handball. They want something. Bernardo Silva can't believe it. Arsenal surviving. Here's Arsenal's danger now because they've got 4 forward. It's a 4-on-4. Ball gets played across and that's intercepted well by Man City. Bernardo Silva's still asking for handball. Marc Guehi's asking for handball. City can't believe it. There will be a VAR check as it's a poor back pass, and that's out for a corner for Arsenal. Needlessly giving away a corner. You don't want to be doing that to Arsenal, as I'm sure Man City will ask the referee to go and have a proper look at this handball. Let's have a look. He leans into it to start. Do you know, Real Madrid, we had a player sent off for the exact same thing. He leans into it with his arm to stop it from going in. What's the difference between that and what we had sent off against Real Madrid and the penalty given away? His arms are behind his back and then he leans into the ball to make the block to stop it from going in. What is the difference? Anyway, corner Arsenal. Penalty not given. Corner gets whipped in. Flicked on and goes out for another corner to Arsenal. Again, Man City not happy that a corner's been given there. There was an opportunity there for Martin Zubimendi. So, early talking point there. We'll come back to it again once we've had the completion of this corner from Arsenal. Madueke put the first corner in. Definitely looked like a goal kick. More defending then. Declan Rice has come over to take this one. It was Madueke that took the first on the opposite flank. He's got a good set piece on him, Declan Rice. Ball gets sent deep. Header one and over the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Right, we can come back to that talking point. What's the difference? I don't get what the difference is. I really don't get what the difference is. Early warning sign from them set pieces that City have got to be really wary of, but I felt City should have had a penalty there. Heck, if we'd got a penalty, I'd have been asking for the red card on Gabriel as well. Andy Man, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Here's Madueke. Arsenal looking to try and show a bit more attacking finesse. O'Reilly gets a pull from Madueke. No free kick given. City do get the ball back though. Guehi should be able to clear the lines for Man City. Looking for Erling Haaland. Arsenal get a foot onto it. Declan Rice wins his header. Ball gets sent back in. Guehi can't win his header. There is a big offside there against is that Zubimendi, and that will be a free kick for Manchester City. 7 minutes in, 0-0 here at the Etihad Stadium. Bernardo Silva then takes the free kick, taken short. the way you'd be looking for the long balls because Arsenal are putting pressure. They've got literally every player near enough inside the Man City half. City have got the ball with Donnarumma. Worked to Guehi. Here's Jeremy Doku. He's tackled. You can't afford to be doing that. And ball gets sent in looking for Kai Havertz, but Donnarumma will let that one run out instead. Too much power on the pass there from Martin Odegaard, captain for Arsenal today, and of course Norwegian international. Going to be going to the World Cup as long as he can keep himself injury free, along with his Norwegian teammates on the opposite team, Erling Haaland, if he can keep himself fit between now and the end of the season. Erling Haaland's still got some work to do in terms of scoring goals to try and secure the Premier League Golden Boot. Here is Rodri. Finds his pass to Nico O'Reilly. Looks to try and send the ball down the flank. Arsenal get a foot onto it. Arsenal just doing a good job here, trying to keep the Man City crowd quiet, and what they don't want is to be put under pressure and Man City creating chance after chance. It gets the crowd up, so they're looking to just try and keep Man City pinned as Rayan Cherki does a good job, bypasses one challenge, gives the ball to Doku. Here's Doku now, finds a pass to Haaland, Rodri to Matheus Nunes. It's got the supporter Semenyo here on the right-hand side. Arsenal, look how quick they are to get the bodies back. To Antoine Semenyo now. On the right-hand side, cross comes in, it's too deep, there's nobody there, and that'll go out of play harmlessly for a goal kick to Arsenal. There's plenty of early energy, a good start. Julia, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you are well. Seamus, welcome. Thank you for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. FSG, thank you for tuning in. Everyone enjoying the fresh energy for Manchester City, looking to try and make this an energetic game to try and tire Arsenal out. Arsenal, of course, played Wednesday evening, wasn't it, against Sporting Club de Portugal in the Champions League as they progress to the semi-final of the Champions League. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Aiming for 100 likes. We're now just 3 likes away from 50. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Right, City have given the ball away in a needless area, and here's Kai Havertz looking to try and get his shot away, and that goes out for another corner. More defending for Manchester City to do. City will have been working on the defending of set pieces. City wanted a 3 kick there. Nothing given. A frustrating thing for City, I think, is Kai Havertz might have just been millimetres offside there. It would have been a tight call had he found the back of the net. City don't want to take that chance, so instead concede the corner, which equally has a lot of danger with how good Arsenal are on their set play. Again, Arsenal got 3 flirting at the back post. Ball gets sent in by Declan Rice. Good goalkeeping from Donnarumma. Gets a good fist onto it and gets it clear. Here's Declan Rice then. Had an opportunity to put the ball into the box again. He chooses not to put the ball into the box. Worked here to Odegaard, who's going to be forced to go all the way back to David Raya. Arsenal keeping bodies forward because the long ball's coming in. There's way too much on that. That's going to just fizzle out for a goal kick to Manchester City. 11 minutes in here at the Etihad Stadium. It is Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. Just a case that Man City are trying to create and score goals in open play. Arsenal happy to try and create, get the set pieces and target them. Ball gets sent long from Man City. Not the best of balls, but Arsenal get a foot onto it and it'll run out of play for a throw-in on the left-hand side that Nico O'Reilly will take. He thought about giving the ball a clean there, but instead he'll picking up the new ball on the side instead. Nice and fresh. Ball gets sent long. Arsenal can't keep that one in, and that will go out of play for another throw-in, which O'Reilly will take quickly. Here's Doku. Under pressure. Bit of a argy-bargy kind of game. Referee trying to let things go. Marc Guehi takes no chances on Kai Havertz and keeps that one in, and that will go out of play for a throw-in rather than a corner. But again, as I spoke about before the game, it's set pieces for Arsenal. Just because you stopped it going out for the corner, Arsenal are going to look to launch this ball into the box through a long throw. Saw this a lot in the Carabao Cup final. Arsenal do have the opportunity here just to throw it quickly and get a ball into the box. They thought about launching the ball into the box, but they've not done that, and instead they're having to pass the ball around. Again, they've got the opportunity for the ball to go in, but it's not gone in, and that'll just fizzle out a play for a goal kick for Manchester City. Madueke seen a lot of the ball for Arsenal at the minute, causing some problems fresh back from his injury. Andy Man, if it is level, it will go down to goal difference as the deciding factor. Then it will go to goals scored. So they're the two things to keep an eye on. The likeliness of finishing level on points, level on goal difference, and level on goals scored is highly, highly unlikely. I think that'll be something that we'll take up as a discussion much nearer the time if that looks like that could be a factor. I don't think they'll work on head-to-head. City picked up a draw at the Emirates Stadium, so if we can win here, then we have the better head-to-head on Arsenal. So throw-in that Hincampi's going to take. He just decides to skip right forward into the Man City half, even though it looked like the ball went out of play in the Arsenal half. Here we are. Slightly heavier touch. Work to the right-hand side. Here's Madueke. Works the ball back. Arsenal have got options here. Here's Saliba. A nice ball played over to the left-hand side. Hincampi. He's looked good for Arsenal, I think. The left-back. And here's Eze. Not seen much of Eze, and that goes out of play. That'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Pep Guardiola not happy with that. It's been a very, very careful game, this one, at the minute. Here's Arsenal then coming forward. Madueke up against O'Reilly. Plays his pass forward. Marc Guehi will intercept for Manchester City. He should keep this one in as well. And he'll find Jeremy Doku, which is a bonus. And that's lovely skills from Doku to bring Man City forward. Doku just couldn't quite take his man on, and as he slips through Havertz, and flag stays down, that will be defended out, and the offside flag will go up, which referee I think is going to play an advantage on. He looked just a yard offside there, didn't he? And City give the ball away very loosely there. City just trying to force it. It's Rayan Cherki. Looked like a bit of a push came in on Eze, but referee says play on, and here's Antoine Semenyo now. Up against Gabriel. Can't get his ball across, and Declan Rice can't find the interceptions. Here's Bernardo Silva now on the right-hand side. Here's Rayan Cherki. Not really got many options. Looks to have a shot instead because there's no options. Guehi will take that under control instead. We'll work it to the left-hand side now. Mosquera up against Doku. Doku just works it centrally. Not the best of balls across. Matheus Nunes should find the interception. Here is Rayan Cherki then. Cherki through one, through two. It had to be! It's Rayan Cherki! What a brilliant finish and a brilliant goal for Manchester City! That was absolutely fantastic from Rayan Cherki. Round one, round two, finds the shot and finds the all-important goal for City. It's a sensational finish from Cherki. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful goal from Cherki. I have no idea why he's just staring across at the Arsenal fans. Just beefing with the Arsenal fans. Brilliant finish from Cherki. Arsenal just never got it clear, and Cherki just... He didn't have options there, so he's just round two and just into the back of the net. Wonderful finish. Brilliant skills. That's brilliant. Through the legs as well. It's absolutely brilliant from Cherki, that. I wonder if he thought about going down. It's just through the legs of Saliba, round Gabriel. He's made... do you know, I have a lot of respect for Arsenal. I know there's a lot of, people like to wind Arsenal up and everything. I have a lot of respect for Arsenal and the team, because I think they're a real good team with real good players. And I think Saliba and Gabriel are right up there as two of the very best centre-backs. Not just in the Premier League, but perhaps in the world. Quality centre-backs. To be able to, in open play, work the ball around them is just not an easy thing to do. And it's in the back of the net. What's Donnarumma done? What has Donnarumma done? City have just chucked a goal away and given Kai Havertz an equaliser. Donnarumma just too casual with it. Too casual. And you're 1-0 ahead. You just can't afford to do that. You cannot afford to do that. What is Donnarumma doing there? A game of this magnitude, you cannot afford to be casual. And that's Manchester City just maybe being a bit too overconfident there. And they just gifted Arsenal an equaliser. All that hard work. All the hard work. What is Donnarumma doing there? What is he doing? What is he doing there? You know, David Raya nearly got caught out with his heavier touch before on Erling Haaland. He didn't get punished. Donnarumma there, this is the thing with the distribution. Someone like Ederson had recognised the danger and see Kai Havertz sliding in and he'd have dummied him. That is a nightmare from the City keeper, though. Absolute nightmare. Poor goalkeeping. You would expect better from one of the best in Donnarumma there. In such a magnitude of a game, such a mistake, such an error. And it's a gift. Gift-wrapped by Manchester City for Arsenal there. And that will be a free kick then for Manchester City. We've got more work to do after finding the all-important opening goal. And we're going back to what I said, you know, we're keeping the clean sheets against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final and against Liverpool in the Cup, in the FA Cup as well. How well James Trafford did, not just with his shot stopping, but his distribution. Because for me, James Trafford's distribution, far better than Donnarumma. So Donnarumma, yeah, he had a good game last week against Chelsea. Can't afford to be doing that. And City we're at a point in the season where we can't really afford mistakes. Certainly not against a team as good as Arsenal. And Arsenal are going to be all over putting Donnarumma under pressure now. Khusanov sends the ball down the flank looking for Semenyo. Heavier touch. A lot of heavy touches out there. And City have got a 3-on-2. Haaland to Semenyo and he slips at the vital time. Heavy pass from Haaland beyond Semenyo and he slips. A better pass there and Semenyo's in. Bad pass from Haaland. Bad pass. Even if Semenyo stays on his feet, he's forced wide. He just needed that playing in front of him. There's a chance there and... Man. Right. Regroup. Here's Madueke. Odegaard puts the ball in the box. Not the best. Khusanov will deal with it. Here's Incapi. A chance for him to put a ball across. Looks to try and get the corner off Matheus Nunes, but he pulled out and that'll be a goal kick instead. Good defending that from Matheus Nunes. Good defending. Yeah, I've got to regroup. Just settle it down again. And yeah. As Seamus says, hell of a game. Just, you know, settle it down. If the mistake was going to come from Donnarumma, I'd rather it have come, you know, a minute after Rayan Cherki's just done a wonderful bit of magic to put us ahead than, you know, do it in the last minute or something. Here's Cherki now. He's got O'Reilly ahead of him. O'Reilly on the left. On a 1v1 with Madueke. Gives it to Cherki. Looks to try and thread through Haaland. Can't. Finds Rodri, though. Here's Nunes. Arsenal have managed to get the bodies back. Here's Guehi, O'Reilly to Doku. He threads a ball for looking for O'Reilly. It's slightly too heavy from Doku and he looks frustrated there, Jeremy, but the right idea, just not quite the execution with the pass. Causing problems, Doku, Cherki, O'Reilly, Semenyo, the usual suspects. Causing problems for Arsenal, so you've got to persevere. Keep it going. Arsenal now are, you know, the most frustrating part of that goal is, you know, Man City are very boisterous and they're feeling good, they're feeling fresh. They've got the early opening goal that they were looking for. Arsenal have got to change up the game plan. They've got to come out to play. They've got to get the players forward. What you don't want to do is just gift them a goal straight away, and it's exactly what we've done. It makes the fans nervous, and that's what we've got at the minute. Good defending from Rodri. Gets a flick on to take it away from Madueke. City can clear the lines. Declan Rice can get it back in. Eze. He's got a little bit of space to work with here. And does he finds his pass, and not the best of return passes, and City can get a foot on it. Arsenal again just forcing City onto the back foot. Saliba then. Works their way to the right-hand side. Here's Declan Rice. Finds his pass and worked backwards. City just looking to, get the players forward here. Not pressing the Arsenal defence, though, which surprises me. Sky Sports just put up a statistic there of the presses in the final third. City have done 5, Arsenal have done 41 in the first 23 minutes. Arsenal are putting a lot of energy into pressing. Wouldn't surprise me if by sometime between 45 and 60 minutes they shake up that attacking front line, and the likes of Gyökeres, Trossard, Martinelli, they're able to come on to try and maintain, because they're not going to be able to maintain it for a full 90 minutes. So you're going to need your squad to be able to do it. And if there's a position that Arsenal have got with quite a few players being fully fit, it's in attack. Other than Bukayo Saka, with the return of Madueke, they're looking pretty fresh in numbers. So here's Jeremy Doku then. It's good from Doku. Don't be scared to take your man on. Twisting, turning and working it backwards. Here's Rodri. I feel like the best way to cause Arsenal some pressure is just to force them onto the back foot pretty much. Go at them, run at them, cause them problems. Bournemouth did a tremendous job on that last weekend. Here is Marc Guehi then. Plays a pass forward to O'Reilly. Back to Doku. To Rodri now. He's got Matheus Nunes as an option here on the right-hand side. Plays a ball into Cherki. Looks to try and thread his pass forward, and that's going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. Arsenal did want the throw-in, but Linesman says no. Throw-in for Man City. Taken by Matheus Nunes. Gives it to his Portuguese teammate Bernardo Silva. He'll work the ball now to former Ballon d'Or winner Rodri, who will find Matheus Nunes. Arsenal just again putting the press onto Man City. Abdukodir Khusanov works the ball back to Donnarumma. Here comes the Arsenal press again. Donnarumma will send this one long into the channel looking for Haaland. Not the best of balls forward, but also not the best of clearances from Arsenal. And just head it clear straight back to Donnarumma. So Man City can have a bit of a breather. Here's Marc Guehi now for Manchester City. To Bernardo Silva. He's got options here on his right-hand side. A good outside of his foot pass to Abdukodir Khusanov. Here's Donnarumma. Surprised Kai Havertz isn't putting him under more pressure. Donnarumma just works it long, looking for Haaland. Can he get it under control? Nearly. Gabriel will mop that one up under pressure from Cherki. David Raya sends it long, slightly scuffed. Nunes and Eze go toe for toe. Nunes wins the header. Semenyo does very well to take hold of the ball, and that will be a free kick right under the nose of the referee. So Bettinelli bringing down Doku. Here's Rodri then for Manchester City. And Bernardo. Cherki now. Gives the ball to Matheus Nunes. So it all comes down to, one mistake, one error, and it could be just so costly. It's Man City really that blinked first in making the error. Arsenal couldn't really defend on Rayan Cherki. It was just how skillful Rayan Cherki was that he worked the goal, he made the goal, whereas City handed Arsenal the goal is the most frustrating part. Here's Bernardo then to O'Reilly, back to Bernardo. Yeah, I get if Donnarumma's an inexperienced goalkeeper in making that mistake, but he's not. He's a very successful, very experienced keeper. Here's Haaland scuffs his shot and goes wide. Good work that from Doku on the left-hand side. Nice combination with Erling Haaland. Haaland doesn't get his shot right, though. We could really do with him getting his shots right today, Erling, if he gets into a good position. Yeah. Mike, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Coventry City are on the way up, handyman. Correct. Congratulations to them, securing promotion at Ewood Park. Man City have done that before as well. Right, ball gets sent forward. Header won by Kai Havertz. He likes a goal against City, Kai Havertz, doesn't he? Bit of wrestling going on between Gabriel and Erling Haaland. Referee says, no. Happy for that to continue. Get Raya under pressure, Erling. Not the best of balls forward from Raya. Header won by O'Reilly. Zubimendi looking to try and mop that one up. Rice finds Madueke. Will be mopped up by Bernardo Silva. Under pressure from Martin Odegaard. Wants to continue the foot race and goes one-on-one with Marc Guehi, and referee's going to pull that one back for a free kick. Again, Arsenal just going all guns blazing here. Obviously made changes from the midweek game against Sporting CP. It's refreshing for Arsenal that they've got players coming back from injury, that they're nice and fresh and raring to go. There is a risk, an element of risk there, because the question is what condition and how fit is Martin Odegaard and Madueke, two players that have seen a lot of the ball that are causing quite a few problems for Man City. And that's kind of the Joker card, as Rodri nearly forces his way into a mistake. City just, the ball control from City in the final third, it's been unnecessarily risky. Donnarumma then to Cherki. Here's a ball looking for Erling Haaland. Poor giveaway from Arsenal, and poor giveaway from Man City. Here's Madueke then up against Marc Guehi. Guehi does well. Should be a goal kick, and is. Good defending that from the former Crystal Palace captain. Signed for Manchester City for £20 million in the January window. It's been a fantastic signing, I think, for Man City. Him and Antoine Semenyo have been two players that City have been, desperately looking for. Quality players, quality options, offer something a little different to anyone else that we've already got in our team. Couple of good signings. Long ball sent forward again by Donnarumma. Bit of wrestling going on. Man City just need to be a bit smarter as Doku brings Zubimendi down, and that's going to be a free kick for Arsenal, much to the displeasure of the Manchester City faithful. Through the first half an hour then, 1-1 here. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, guys, aiming for 100 likes. Now just 2 likes away from 50. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe, and also don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. So, Arsenal take their free kick short. They've worked it back, which Gabriel's going to launch forward now, looking for the run of Kai Havertz. Not the best of passes from Abdukodir Khusanov, and Gianluigi Donnarumma can keep that one in. Stop it going out for a needless set piece. O'Reilly does very well from Nico O'Reilly there. Can he find the space? Rodri can find the space, protect himself, and can get a free kick, much to the annoyance of Declan Rice. Good work that from Nico O'Reilly there. I think Declan Rice wanted the throw. Wasn't given. Not too sure what else he was moaning about because he fouled him. Surely not arguing against. He thought that wasn't a foul. Anyway, here's Abdukodir Khusanov then for Manchester City. He's got Rayan Cherki as an option in a little bit of space as he burst forward past Eze. He's got Nunes for support on the right. Not really got much else in terms of support. So it's just going to have to work this one back. Here's Abdukodir Khusanov. O'Reilly just throwing himself into the centre of midfield. So Rodri playing at left back at the minute. Is Cherki. So Abdukodir Khusanov now. Here's Marc Guehi. Work to Jeremy Doku here on the left-hand side for Man City. Madueke backing off. Why is he backing off? I have no idea. Trying again to tag team Doku. He can still find his pass. Rodri then to Cherki. Finds Nunes. Crosses coming in. Easiest of crosses for Arsenal to head clear. Not the best of balls in that from Matheus Nunes. Here's Marc Guehi. Good control from Guehi. Can he find Doku? He can. Doku will just work that one back. Arsenal look a bit frustrated there, but is that just because Man City have found a way of gathering up the possession there and they've just got to sit deep again? I'm not too sure. Maybe they thought there was a good way of intercepting and they've not managed to do so. Here's Erling Haaland. Plays the ball forward and a good block comes in from Arsenal. And it's Declan Rice there. He's been a quality signing. If we're going to sit here and be honest, for Arsenal, Good recovery there up against Haaland. Plays his pass into Bernardo Silva and he's in the right place at the right time there. Declan Rice just to put that one out for a corner. You know, we all speak about the dangers of Arsenal set pieces. What can Man City do from their own here? Can they ask some questions of this Arsenal defence? Haaland is in there. Rodri's in there. O'Reilly's in there. Always worth having a punt towards a goal. It gets flicked across. It was a good corner that from City, from Rayan Cherki. Here's Khusanov. He puts a decent ball in. Header won by Marc Guehi and straight down the throat of David Raya, and he sends a ball forward, and I think referee's going to give a free kick. City can't believe that one. David Raya complains. He wants his free kick. He's got his free kick. Let's have a look. Was there any afters? No idea what's in. It doesn't touch him. He just looks to... Do you know the most frustrating part? That ball that he sends forward that's not very good. If there's an Arsenal player at the opposite end, referee's not even thinking about giving a free kick. But because it's a poor clearance from David Raya, he's given the free kick because Raya's looking for an excuse as to why his kick forward was so poor. He loses his footing. O'Reilly's not trying to deliberately make a block or anything. He doesn't touch him. He doesn't foul him. Yet he gets given a free kick. Why? It's just a poor clearance from David Raya. And I'd like to see City targeting David Raya a bit more and putting him under pressure. Because I actually think in terms of distribution, he's looked a little wobbly. Donnarumma's looked wobbly for Man City. And I think David Raya's looked a bit wobbly with heavy touches and poor clearances for Arsenal. I think that's something that Man City could look to try and target going into the second half. It's poorly given away that... Who was that? Is that... Nkapi, it was giving the ball away. Man City haven't found a way to capitalise on that. Should be handball against Cherki. Referee's happy to wave play on and give the advantage instead. Here is Nkapi. Works the ball back now to Saliba. Here's Gabriel then. Arsenal are just going to take the foot off the gas here. Zubimendi will pick it up instead. Again, just a very careful game of football. Come to expect really no less. My score prediction in my preview, I'm sticking with what I said with my score prediction, which was 3-1. Man City go 1-0 up. Arsenal find an equaliser. It's 1-1 at half-time, and Man City come out, play a real good second half, and we grab a couple of goals and win the game 3-1. I think Man City score... around 60 minutes or so, and then I think City score real late on, counter-attack, because Arsenal start to chuck players forward because they just can't afford to lose this game. What we also can't afford to do is give Arsenal a lead in this game. Donnarumma then finds his pass to Khusanov. He's going to come forward. Gives the ball to Rodri. Here's Bernardo dropping deep into space. Gives the ball back to Donnarumma. Kai Havertz going to go and put Donnarumma under a bit of pressure. Pings his ball forward looking for O'Reilly. Finds his header. Doku will get a free kick for Man City. Good work from Jeremy Doku there. Mosquera is stepping forward and he's going to go into the book for it. There we are. Nico O'Reilly's been quality, hasn't he, Jessica? Quality player. Tito not happy with the sharpness of Semenyo. If he was to go off then, who would you bring in? Chad, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. The atmosphere will be electric inside the Etihad as we hit 50 likes now. Halfway to our like goal of 100 likes. So any help towards that would be great, guys. Here is Bernardo Silva now to Rodri. Man City seeing a lot of the football. Not found too many ways to test David Raya for, the amount of possession. City look dangerous and lively when getting forward, but not really made it link up in the final third yet. And a little push in the back there comes in from Matheus Nunes, who can't believe it. Yeah, I feel like Matheus Nunes would have a case if he doesn't have his hand out and obviously the pushing motion. There. Handed on to Eze. There's minimal in it, but his hands are on him, and it's in a pushing motion. Because it's in that pushing motion, a free kick's going to get given. So I don't think Nunes has any complaints there for me. I'm not too sure why he's complaining. As soon as you put your hands up and put the hands on the player, a free kick gets given against you, then a free kick gets given against you. Again, just a poor ball forward from David Raya looking for Eze. Eze there is going to ground, claiming that he's got pushed, but again, it's just, I feel like he's going to ground because the keeper's just not kicked it properly and he's trying to get to the ball and he knows that it's going out of play. Very careful game at the moment from Arsenal. I do just feel like if there is, in terms of a weakness, that distribution at the back, that's cut off really well. Is that Zubimendi cutting that off? That were wonderful, wonderful defending from Martin Zubimendi. Here's Bernardo Silva. Wants to have another crack at Arsenal, though. To Doku, who's been brilliant so far. Bernardo gives the ball to Cherki. He's also been fantastic. You're just looking here at two very good teams. Very, very good teams. As I said, just two of England's best that want to go toe for toe. Here's Semenyo then, up against Hincapié. It's a poor pass forward from Semenyo. That'll go out of play for a goal kick. City just in the final third haven't made it click. There's been that one error at the back that Kai Havertz has punished. Bit of argy-bargy going on between Haaland and Gabriel that Haaland not happy about. Long ball sent forward again. Again, just given away. And you see, Kai Havertz should be booked. It should be a free kick for Man City. He goes down asking for the free kick. Referee says, no, get up. It's not a free kick. But he goes to grab his head. If he said he's going to say that it's a high foot and he's been kicked and he hasn't. Ah, man, offside every day of the week. That and it is. I don't know. I don't get Kai Havertz. I don't get it. I don't get why he's looking a bit frustrated up there. He's had a steal of a goal. His job's just to drop deep, help the team. For me, he was always going to be the attacker that starts ahead of Gyökeres for a game against City. He's always lively for a goal against City. I don't really get after 39 minutes why he's looking so frustrated with himself. Arsenal skip past two here. Chance. Good defending. Abdukodir Khusanov gets a foot to it and that'll be a corner for Arsenal. Poorly given away from Doku. Would have been onside, so good defending from Abdukodir Khusanov, and City have more defending to do on this corner. City then looking to get these bodies in the box. Arsenal, best team from corners this season in the Premier League. Saliba's in there, Gabriel's in there. Madueke's going to put the ball in. Haaland wins his header. Only as far as Odegaard. Back to Madueke. Another chance for that ball to come in. Don't let him onto his left foot. There we go. Force him out. Here's Declan Rice. He's got a good strike on him, Declan Rice. Works it to the left. Hincapié's got a chance here to put a ball in. Doesn't. Rice does. Again, don't get Arsenal's reluctance of putting a ball in from a more central area, and it's a poor ball across, and that'll go out of play for a throw-in. Arsenal's turn now to look a bit frustrated. I think they know the importance of, you get put in situations and in moments you've got to capitalise. I think they recognise the importance of that. Khusanov, bless him, he's knackered, needs a drink. O'Reilly sends the ball forward. Can Haaland get it under control? The answer is no. Rodri will, though. Oh, that's brilliant from Rodri. Here's Cherki then. Semenyo. He's made his run. Cherki. Semenyo, put your foot through it. He does. It's a good block. It's a real good block. Good defending from Hincapié, and Semenyo there gives him a little tap just to acknowledge, it's really good defending from Arsenal. Cherki's down. It's brilliant from Rodri to find the initial interception. Give the ball to Cherki. Semenyo's electric in wanting to get forward. Finds his pass. Great block. That must have hurt. There's a little hand that comes in the back ahead of Cherki. I don't think Gabriel's purposefully slams him in the head there. Which is why Cherki was holding his head. So a corner here for Manchester City. 3 minutes to go to half-time plus whatever's to be added on. A bit of wrestling going on and Arsenal can head that one clear. no one there in the sky blue of Man City for Bernardo Silva. It weren't a bad ball in for Bernardo. It was just nobody there to attack it. Nunes, a good weighted pass, and that's going to spin out of play. Semenyo looking to play his ball forward, and Gabriel gets his body back, and that is going to be another corner then for Manchester City. City captain Bernardo Silva comes over to take in front of the south stand. What can Bernardo do with this one? Rodri's in there, Guehi's in there, Haaland's in there, O'Reilly's in there. Bernardo. It's deep! Oh, it's headed off the line and a free kick given to Arsenal in the end. Bernardo looking to score from a corner there. A bit of wrestling going on in these corners. I mean, I don't really get what the referee's giving the free kick for there. Is it just O'Reilly in front of the goalkeeper? I think that's what they've given the free kick for. But, Arsenal are very aggressive in their corners, yet I've not seen one free kick given against Arsenal from their corners, so frustrating. Semenyo wins the ball back well there for Man City, and Donnarumma's just going to put his foot through this and say, I'll get rid of this one. It's a good ball forward, actually. Haaland wins the header, but there's no City player there to mop it up, and because of that, Madueke will get control of the ball. It's fouled by Haaland, but advantage played. Man City want the throw-in. Pep Guardiola's telling his team to be more up for this. More up for this. I don't know what Pep's doing. He's just tapping his legs. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's just trying to psych the players up a little more, is what he's looking for. Anyway, here's David Raya, plays his pass forward, and Arsenal are in a bit of bother here about giving the ball away. They do well in the end there, Arsenal. Again, I'm always going to look to be unbiased. They did well there under pressure. There were 3 City bodies on him. I thought City looked real good for making the interception. Here's Eze. Not seen much of Eze at the minute. Rodri goes in strong on Kai Havertz. He's strong, but he gets the ball, so referee's not going to give a free kick, and he doesn't. He does well there not to give the free kick either. Havertz wanted to stay on the ground, but Arsenal managed to get hold of the ball, so he'll get back up. No free kick given. Right, what's going to be added on here then? 2 goals, maybe a couple of minutes. I feel like would be the safe option. Here's Doku. He's going to miss out. So it's just 1 minute, and this might well be the last chance then. Madueke, he's got several City bodies in front of him. O'Reilly. It's faffing around here, City. Just get rid of it. To Doku then. Right, 40 seconds. Doku with the ball. He'll go down. He'll get a free kick. That will take any pressure of Arsenal scoring any more goals in this first half away. The question is, can Man City ask one final question then in this first half in what's been an exhausting first half of football that's been played? 1-1 here at the Etihad between Manchester City and Arsenal. City then have just played the pass sideways to Bernardo Silva. Arsenal just making sure there's no space. Only 10 seconds remaining, so I don't see the harm here in just maybe trying to play a risky pass forward. Yeah, Rodri recognises it, and he'll work the ball here to O'Reilly. There isn't anything on, so I think the referee's just going to end it there for that first half. 1-1 then it is here between Manchester City and Arsenal. Big second half to come. City did ever so well in navigating them first 15 minutes, and it was a wonderful goal from Rayan Cherki to find the opener. Since then, Arsenal managed to force the error from Donnarumma to find the equaliser. Everything else has been very careful in this match. Very careful. Interesting, Arsenal are not sending their substitutions into the dressing room for half-time. They're telling them to go out and warm up. As I said before, Arsenal have had quite a few injuries and played a lot of minutes. They're going to be relying on, with how energetic this game's going to be, they're going to be relying on their squad. So I wouldn't rule out Arsenal very quickly in the second half, maybe even at half-time, making some changes. So, there we go. Class would like to see Trafford starting from now on. And I feel like Trafford has done nothing wrong to warrant him sitting on the bench. And I just don't feel like he's going to get given his opportunity in the Premier League for the remainder of this season. I think it's a great shame. I really do. Right, let's have a quick look then at the statistics for this game. I do feel like the statistics are not going to give you a true indication about the game, and they're not. I mean, surprisingly, Manchester City having a lot more possession. I'd have expected the possession stats to probably been 50 to 55 in favour of Man City and 50 to 45 for Arsenal, but it's not. 62% possession for Man City, more than 100 passes by Man City as well. 282 passes compared with just 151 for Arsenal. 89% pass completion rate, just 81% for Arsenal. I'd expect to see a bit more from Arsenal. The thing is, though, Arsenal don't have to force the matter here, especially in that first half, and they don't need to do it in the second half either. If this is 1-1 with 5 minutes to go, Arsenal are sending defenders on. 1-1 for them is a brilliant result. It keeps it at 6 points, with Arsenal having a game less and they don't have to play Man City. They know that Man City are always going to be trailing by 3 points. It means that for Man City to win the Premier League, we need to win every game, and Arsenal have to lose somewhere. Where's that somewhere going to be? Because I look at the fixtures and I'm not too sure. I see Arsenal dropping many more points this season. Do I see them losing? I'm not so sure on that either. I feel like Arsenal are at a point now where they just need to get clued back in terms of the Premier League. So I feel like if there's anything that's going to be available for Man City, then City have got to force it, and we've got to find a winner for me going into this second half. We've got to risk losing this game because I don't think a draw is good enough. And if we do get to that stage in the latter moments of the game, I don't think Man City should be careful in, just knocking the ball around and keeping Arsenal at bay. And Arsenal aren't going to risk trying to win this game. We're not going to try and risk winning this game and potentially, to lose it. I feel like we want to win the league, we've got to win it. And I feel like we need to force the matter. So realistically, obviously, anxiousness is going to become a matter in this game. And I just don't think Man City are in a position where we can afford to give Arsenal a lead. We can't afford for them to go ahead. So I think for me, we've got to find the next goal, and I think we could really do with finding it in the first 15-20 minutes of this second half, and then not gifting Arsenal a goal with their one shot on target. 6 shots for City, 3 on target, 1 goal. Arsenal 3 shots, 1 on target, that 1 shot on target coming in from a block. Other than that, Arsenal looked pretty dangerous on their corners. Everything else just not really been there, and I don't know. But for me, it's just been a little too cautious from Manchester City, and I feel like we need to do a little more going into the second half. So I'd love to know your thoughts, guys, in the chat. If we're going to change things up heading into the second half, what are you thinking? Do let me know in the live chat. So just having a look at the scores from around the grounds. In the Premier League, had already some full-time scores in the Premier League from the early games. Starting off at Villa Park, a 7-goal thriller. Aston Villa 4, Sunderland 3. Liverpool, I think in the 99th or 100th minute, I think it was. What's it gone down as? Yeah, the 100th minute, found a winner in the Merseyside derby. Everton 1, Liverpool 2. And Nottingham Forest, despite going behind at half-time against Burnley, have managed to come back and score 4 goals in the second half and win a big game down at the bottom. Nottingham Forest 4, Burnley 1. Championship, Ipswich 2, Middlesbrough 2 in a big game towards the top of the table. Ipswich now gone into second place in the promotion spot. The minute in the Championship, Middlesbrough just tailing off a little bit, unfortunately for them. And a couple of full-time scores in League One as well. Peterborough 1, Burton Albion 1, Port Vale 0, Wigan Athletic 0, and north of the border, Celtic have taken on St Mirren. Went to extra time, that game did. It was 2-2 in extra time. St Mirren found a 91st minute equaliser, but Celtic have gone on to score 4 goals in 30 minutes in extra time. And Celtic have won that game by 6 goals to 2. So that's you guys all up to date. As I said, do let me know your thoughts in the chat. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up now. 43 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave a leave a thumbs up. Get your thoughts in the chat about what you think for halftime. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. On that push now to 48,700 subscribers. Just 2 subscribers away from that goal. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. And do go and check out my social media links, which you can find in the description as well. So, got some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It's brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid. Go and check him out. Links and details there in the description. This is the Barbados Surprise. Enjoy, and I'll see you for the second half.
Welcome to the Mixid channel, where we do cocktails, summer themed cocktails, anything in your imagination. So welcome to the channel. And today's summer themed cocktail, guys, that we're going to do is a Barbados Surprise, and I'll show you guys how to make this very colourful drink. So to make the Barbados Surprise, guys, is get a hurricane glass and put in 15ml or half an ounce of grenadine. Right, now you can put in the ice on top of the grenadine. So the reason we did that first, put the grenadine, is because it's very, very thick. But so if you put the grenadine in now with the ice, it just because all these ice cubes would just be red. That's why you put it in first, then add your ice cubes. So what you want to do now, guys, is add the orange juice. Because I'm using a concentrate, I won't lie. Don't tell anyone. So what you do now is just fill up 2/3 of the glass right to here. Just do a slow pour and then it'll build up. But so don't worry about the grenadine, it'll just sit nicely like that, because there's nothing that'll get through grenadine at all. Beautiful. Because they just look very similar to the rainbow cocktail list. So the last bit now is to add a blue curacao with white rum. But and mix it together, because with blue curacao it'll just seep all the way through. So you've got to mix it with the white rum now. But it's quite thick, blue curacao. So get your mixing glass now. So now add 15ml or half an ounce of blue curacao. And last 50ml, just over 1.5 ounce of white rum. So give it a little bit of stir now. And now to layer on top now to finish it off. So now get the back of the bar spoon and just lay it and just do a slow pour. Now just do a slow pour over the back of the bar spoon, layer it on top. And there we go, guys, one Barbados surprise. So as you can see, it's blue on top, where it mixes with the orange juice. You can see the green colour coming through. Then you got the yellow, and then the orange, and then the red. And that, guys, is the Barbados surprise. So you can garnish it with, or use again, an umbrella. So, because it just looks beautiful. Like I said, it's one of the most beautiful summer drinks you'll ever have. Because it's nicely presented and it's just beautiful. Cannot wait to try it. And there we go. Is there a better summer themed drink? I don't think I'll make a better one this summer than this. It just looks perfect. It's absolutely beautiful. That, guys, it's a Barbados surprise. That is how you make it. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Barbados surprise. So let's add a straw and let's taste this bad boy. Oh, beautiful. That is so refreshing. That is absolutely perfect. I don't think I'll be another summer themed drink this summer. Oh, just beautiful. Mix it in with the blue curacao, the white rum, the orange juice, and the grenadine. It just tastes like summer. It's like a party. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited but 100 times over. That is absolutely fantastic. It looks gorgeous. It tastes fantastic. It's a party. It is the summer cocktail of 2022. I said the dirty chili, eat your heart out. Now that is a summer drink, the Barbados surprise. And that, my friends, is a 10 out of 10. That is my go-to summer drink this summer. Like I said, that is my summer drink of 2022, the Barbados surprise. I don't think I'll beat it, but if you do know any, or if you see a really nicely presented one like this, do let me know in the comments below, because I want to hear your recommendations, because this is fantastic. It's not often I give a drink 10 out of 10, but this is it. I just can't get enough of it. That's absolutely beautiful. Nicely presented. It tastes beautiful. I could just imagine myself sat up on the beach in Barbados sipping this, and this is fantastic. Oh my, absolutely gorgeous. But like my friends, is the Barbados surprise. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed, as it really does help the channel grow. Like I said, I'm on the road to 2k, as we're less than 500 subs away before the year's out. That's my goal. Can I smash it before then? But like I said, as always, thank you for your support throughout 2022 and for the last 5 years, as the channel is now 5 years old. But it's been a fantastic journey so far. I've enjoyed doing these videos and I will continue to do more. As like I said, throughout July and August, I will be continuing with summer themed drinks. As my next summer themed cocktail, guys, will be the Pina Colada, and I will see you then. Have a nice day. Cheers.
And a big thank you to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check him out. Links and details there in the description. Satish, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Brian, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're all continuing with the theme. Julia has as well. I know that Jessica mentioned the comments before. You sense we're getting towards James Trafford territory. He's done nothing wrong in the games against Arsenal and a game against Liverpool. And we're just at a point where we just can't really afford any more mistakes. So, I made a point in the Chelsea game. I felt like Donnarumma were going to be given the nod, but it's a bit like a goal scorer. If you're not scoring a goal in your previous game, why do you deserve to start the next one? And it's the same can be said with goalkeepers as well. Your job is to keep clean sheets, to win your team points. And the game against Arsenal, big game of this magnitude, you just can't afford to be making them mistakes. And as I said, I'd get if it was, a game where you're dealing with a goalkeeper who's not got that much experience in them big moments, but I just don't feel like there's anybody out there who's got as much experience as what Donnarumma has got in the big moments. Won European Championships, thanks to penalty shootout saves that he's made. against England at Wembley in front of, the home nation crowd. Won Champions Leagues with PSG. He's won trophy after trophy after trophy. He's an incredibly successful goalkeeper. So I sorry for maybe overhyping Donnarumma, but I feel like I'd expect a little more than making the mistake in a big game like he did. It's very un-Donnarumma-esque. I think he was just apologising to the City faithful as he came out for the start of the second half there as Man City get us underway. No changes from City. But I did speak when I said Arsenal have sent the substitutes out to go and warm up rather than put them in the dressing room, that Arsenal potentially going to be making a substitution pretty early on in the second half, and they've not wasted any time in making that substitution right at the start. It's a change in attack, and I said that that's where their initial pressing's coming from. And, Madueke's had a good game for Arsenal. I was questioning on, just how fit and available is Madueke, and the question is, just how long can he do? And the answer's 45 minutes because he's come off at half-time and goal scorer at the Emirates Stadium. Gabriel Martinelli comes on, and it looks like Martinelli's gone on the right-hand side. Other than that, no changes for either side, and first minutes ticked away to a big 44 minutes remaining. City just feel like they need to win this game. Got to find a goal from somewhere, any which way to win. Pep's described it as a cup final. Found a couple of goals against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final about a month ago. What can we find here in front of the City faithful attacking the North Stand here in the second half? Here's Marc Guehi, works the ball back to Donnarumma. There's a good pass into Marc Guehi. He'll play the ball down the channel looking for Doku, but there's not a good ball forward, and Mikel Arteta there just don't know why. It looks like he's in a rush just to Arsenal to get the game restarted. As I said, it's a game that Arsenal don't need to win. They just can't afford to lose it. So this 1-1 scoreline, Arsenal will take that every day of the week. They'll celebrate it like they've won the game. Here's Cherki then, coming forward. He's got Semenyo. Semenyo might go first time here. Looks to try and square one across, and he'll get a corner instead. And Gabriel, he celebrates that like he's just scored a goal. They're very animated, Arsenal. They're just trying to get that animation back in, aren't they? Passion for good defending, good attacking and things. The feel-good factor. Arsenal also sees as, great preparation for the Champions League semi-finals to come over 2 legs against Atletico Madrid and a potential Champions League final in Budapest should they get there. Corner then for City. Bernardo, near post. Raya gets a glove onto it. Khusanov with a shot. Haaland! Oh, he's missed! How's he missed? He's in a great spot there, Erling Haaland. He's got a bag. He's got to score that goal. Khusanov with the interception. It's a good block. It hits the post. That's how he misses. Outside of the post and out for a goal kick. Brilliant chance for Erling Haaland. He should score. So good corner that from Bernardo. City have been working on these set pieces. Attacking and defending them. You can tell. We know what City have been up to for the last 7 days. Where's these good set pieces come from? I don't know. Also, begs the question of why we've not done a bit more on our set pieces. A bit of arguing going on down there. Mosquera and Jeremy Doku. And Doku will receive. Here's O'Reilly. To Rodri. Doku. No real space for Man City to find. They've struggled to find the space today. Arsenal have done a good job in covering a lot of ground. It'd be interesting to see the running statistics, to be honest. Arsenal got a lot of the grass covered. It's been difficult, other than when someone's made a mistake and given the ball away high up, of actually finding a little bit of space. And speaking of mistakes, Semenyo there just gives the ball to Eze, and Arsenal will intercept. Gabriel's going to send this one long. Header should be won by Man City and is. Bernardo Silva not with the best ball forward. And Eze under pressure there. Does well. Finds the keeper. Launch this long. Header won by Manchester City. Loose second ball won by Arsenal. Declan Rice back to goal. He's got to play it back. Here's Eze now looking to try and play it forward. Good defending there. Is that Abdukodir Khusanov? It is. Wonderful step forward from Khusanov to find the interception there. Wonderful, wonderful defending. And Khusanov's got the advantage. He knows that if he steps forward and he doesn't make the interception, he's got the jets, he's got the rocket to get back and help City defend if he does want to step forward, because he's just so quick. And having a centre-back be so quick, just a brilliant advantage. That's a wonderful ball from Rodri, and it's a heavy touch from Semenyo. Second time that we've seen Semenyo take a heavy touch in the game, and that was a wonderful ball from Rodri, and City could have been in a great position there as Declan Rice. It's his turn now. How many heavy touches have we seen in this game? So many heavy touches. Rice there with a heavy touch for Arsenal, and ball just rolled out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City, and City just keen to get this game back underway and trying to create. We've already seen Erling Haaland have a really big opportunity early in this second half. Hit the outside of the post, but it's not deterred Man City away from having another crack at this Arsenal defence as Rayan Cherki into the penalty area can't find his pass to Jeremy Doku, and Arsenal not only can get a foot on that, but can also mop this one up as well. We're looking here for a free kick. That's a great interception. Now here's Doku. Here's Doku with a shot, and it's straight at goalkeeper Raya. It's better. That's much better from City. A bit more direct. Having shots, I said, getting into some good positions, not really doing much with it. Raya's not had all that much to do in this game. Need to ask some questions, force him to pull the saves off. Doku there, it's a straightforward save, but it's a save nonetheless, and it's much more from what I want to see from City. Getting in them good positions, not hesitating, putting your foot through it, having shots and forcing the Arsenal goalkeeper to do things. Here's Zubimendi then for Arsenal. Works the ball to Saliba. Ball gets played forward. Mosquera plays a ball forward here. Marc Guehi will help just shield that one, and Donnarumma will collect for Manchester City, and City will look to try and get this one going again. Out from the back is O'Reilly on the left-hand side. Bursts forward, gets a pull of his shirt once and twice, and referee says that will be a free kick back there for the initial pullback from Brazilian international Martinelli, and that will be a free kick for Manchester City, which Bernardo Silva will take very quickly. Here's Bernardo then. Gives the ball to Rodri. Under pressure from Odegaard. Good work from Bernardo and Rodri. Here's Guehi. O'Reilly now. Looks to take his first man on and just gives the ball away. I'm not sure if he knew that Zubimendi was there, but good defending there. And referee says coming together, no free kick on Kai Havertz. He wants a free kick. It would have been a red card if a free kick were to be given there. Let's have a look. Onside. I don't think there's that much in it, to be honest. I was going to say maybe shoulder to shoulder, but yeah, I know he doesn't grab. It's just his arm in front of him. It's not enough for him to go down, though. Here's Jeremy Doku plays the ball across. Good defending. Saliba there, telling the Arsenal defence to push back out rather than invite the pressure on. Not the best of balls from Doku, if I'm being honest there, but needed dealing with by Saliba and was. Here is Guehi. City got options here. There's three players out on the right-hand side. It's where Rodri looks to float the pass towards Semenyo. And again, just a heavy touch from Semenyo. He can't get it under control. It's not the best of balls from Rodri, to give Semenyo credit. And he does a better job on keeping that as an extra touch than he did before with his heavier touch. That heavier touch that he had before was an easier opportunity to get under control than what he just had an attempt at then. Not quite been Antoine Semenyo's afternoon as of yet, but you always fancy that he'll do something. He's just too good not to have opportunities. Here's City then, continuing their little barrage against Arsenal, looking for a goal. Here's Doku. takes his man on. O'Reilly can't get it under control, and Arsenal will scramble this one clear through Odegaard, and it's just not a very good clearance. And City will come away with it. City now doing a good job of just keeping Arsenal under pressure. Here's Guehi to Cherki. A wicked pass into Bernardo Silva, and he's tackled, and Odegaard will help Arsenal just to bring this one away. Here's Kai Havertz. This is why he's on the pitch, just sitting in that little hole in defensive midfield at the minute, just helping Arsenal with the extra numbers. I don't think you'd see Gyökeres there. He wants to be playing off the last man. Long ball sent forward. Nobody there for Raya to play that ball forward too. So it should be defended out by Nico O'Reilly. Although he's giving the ball away there. He gets a goal kick for it in the end. That was a bit of a mess from Manchester City. It's something that should have been very routine for Nico to deal with, and he didn't, and he allowed Martinelli a potential opportunity there where it could easily have Man City given away maybe a needless corner from what just didn't need to happen. And, we know Arsenal's dangers on these set pieces, so you want to limit what you're giving Arsenal. As it is, City can come forward. Odegaard up against O'Reilly. Plays a pass in. Not the best of passes from O'Reilly. He looks a bit frustrated. He looks like he was just limping a little bit there, O'Reilly. Obviously picked up the knock last week and was wondering about his injury status ahead of this game. And the offside flag goes up against Martinelli, and that'll be a free kick for Manchester City. Which again, City are just going to take quickly and get things rolling. Here is Bernardo Silva then. Arsenal looking to try and get that pressure onto Man City, but Rodri's just sat in a little hole. He's got 6 red shirts around him, but Arsenal happy to give him a bit of space, and he can find his passes. Doku centralising himself a lot, Jeremy Doku, today. I wonder if we might, it could suit, as this game goes on, someone like Marmoush getting into them central areas, because he's got a cracking hit. Great shot on him. And having a player as good in them central areas could be quite important. Here's Semenyo then to Bernardo. Looks to try and get his ball across. Again, just Arsenal have got enough bodies back. They know what they're doing here, Arsenal. Here's Bernardo Silva. They're a very tough nut to crack, Arsenal. Here's Rayan Cherki to Nunes. Squares one across, and Arsenal again. Enough bodies back there. In Cappy it is, and it'll go behind for a corner to Manchester City. Bernardo Silva not going to be taking this one. He's done some good corners at the minute, but it's going to be Cherki that's going to have a go. Already grabbed himself a goal. Might get himself an assist. Passes it, but referee says he's not ready. Just wanted a word with, I don't know. word with Guehi, I think, or something. They're having a laugh with each other. And Rayan Cherki said, that's my idea gone. So he'll hand the ball back over to Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo Silva will take. So this one's going to go directly into the box. Haaland's there. O'Reilly's there. Rodri's there. Guehi's in there. Khusanov's in there. Lots of wrestling going on. It's going to the near post. And corner comes in and just onto the top of the goal. City are definitely targeted, just putting something in on the 6-yard box. Trying to get something to connect. A lot of wrestling going on, so if you do end up getting something connecting and you get something that goes in, I can guarantee Arsenal will kick up a fuss about it. And I will argue back and say, how many times have Arsenal done that this season, where they do a lot of wrestling that goes on in the box? That's why they're so darn good at set pieces in terms of their physicalness and just getting a quality ball in and attacking them. It's what they do. It's what they do it very well. Here's Doku to Semenyo. Here's Guehi. Space for him to maybe work with, but he's just had it stolen away from him. And there's a 4-on-3 here. Here's Odegaard. Played in. Havertz. Great save. Rebound. Should be cleared by O'Reilly, and is. And City survive. Has Cherki just kept that in? He nearly kept that one in. It was great control. Odegaard there. With a brilliant opportunity. And I'd say Donnarumma there. Donnarumma, firstly, saves Man City. Odegaard into Havertz. It's a great save from Donnarumma. He's a great initial recovery as well, and City managed to get the clearance. It's desperate. It's all a bit desperate. And City survive. He redeems himself there, Donnarumma. Redeems himself. Doku protects the ball very well. Heavier touch. Still finds the pass. Rodri to Doku. He's running at Arsenal here. Normally means danger, and Semenyo's gone down now. A bit of pushing going on now. I think they were just falling over each other's heels there. Him and Hincapi. And they're starting to open up a bit now. Arsenal maybe fancy the opportunity of scoring a second as Guehi's gone into the book. Here's Odegaard. To Eze. Eze! Off the post! Oh, what an opportunity! It's a good hit from Eze. Donnarumma's beaten it. It's the inside of the post, and thankfully it doesn't go in. Very similar to City when they hit the inside of the post early in the first half. City here really clinging on. Not the best of balls forward, so this should be defended out by Nunes. In the end, City will get it clear. Arsenal managed to keep it in. And I think they're going to get this hold of this, although Nunes does a good bit of recovery. Eze. The referee says no free kick, and City are going to come forward. This is game, I said, opening up. I'd prefer City just have a bit more control of this. I don't mind last 5 minutes it being like this. You know, we've got to risk it. I certainly don't want it on the 60th minute, because Arsenal get a goal. I don't see us scoring 2 if Arsenal take the lead. Here's Doku. Just can't get past, and Arsenal are going to get this one clear. Header's got to be won here by City, and is playing very dangerous because Arsenal have got 4 forward and City have got 2 back. So you're going to have a situation of 4 on 3s, 4 on 2s. And that's the advantage Arsenal really have with, you know, how good Zubimendi and Declan Rice is, that they can always hang back. So you're always going to have 4 forward and 6 back. Here's O'Reilly then to Guehi. City probing. Can't be too long, you wouldn't think, before Pep starts to look to his bench, because we need a goal. Here's Cherki. Up against Hincapi. Finds his pass to Bernardo. Here's Semenyo. Can he get his ball across? It's deep. He can. Haaland can win his header. And Arsenal can scramble it clear. Again, just composed from Arsenal. I wouldn't say they were desperate there, but they were certainly just toe curling kind of situation they were in there. This 4 up front for Arsenal is causing some bother for City. The amount of bodies that they've got forward. Arsenal here, yeah, they're going to drop a bit deeper. Eze and Martinelli now dropping a bit deeper. Because if City can beat that initial press, they've got players over, and Arsenal are under a lot of pressure. So they've chosen just to drop off a bit now. Here's Haaland to Bernardo. Looks to try and thread the ball across. Can't find Doku. I don't know if he's going for a shot there, Bernardo, but whatever it was, it weren't working. So I'm going to get a replay of that. Eze hitting the post chance, because that was a big chance for Arsenal. It's a good hit. He's unlucky, I think. He's desperately unlucky there. Anyway, guys, we're 41 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do go make sure you have subscribed. That'd be much appreciated. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Chad, thank you very much for your $10 donation. It is much appreciated. You are more than welcome for another live watch along, and we will be back with another one midweek as well against Burnley for you guys to enjoy. So thank you very much for your $10 donation there, Chad. Remember, any donations and any money made on the channel just gets reinvested back into the channel. So much appreciated. Right. Work then for Manchester City to do. Get a replay of why Guehi went into the book before. A sliding challenge on Declan Rice as they look to break forward. Arsenal play a long ball forward. Not the best of balls, and Donnarumma will collect that one. He'll just roll this one out. And there's the Arsenal press just dealt with from one long throw out from Donnarumma and go from defence into attack because Doku now in the penalty area. Threads it through. O'Reilly squares one across. Haaland! Yes! Erling Haaland! He loves a goal in the big game! And Manchester City, it all comes from that Donnarumma rollout. Arsenal don't clear the lines. Erling Haaland's there, right place at the right time. Left-footed strike, bottom corner, 2-1 Manchester City. What we don't want to do now is do exactly what we did on the opening goal, which is a minute later, switch off and gift Arsenal a goal. Good finish from Erling Haaland. I did say about Arsenal just running the risk of opening this game up, hit the post. You're playing some good football. However, you've not got the bodies back. We spoke about, they've got the 4 forward. There's the 6 back for Arsenal, and Man City have got bodies in there. It's essentially a 6-on-6. Arsenal just couldn't get a foot onto it. And because of it, never found a way to clear the line. Nkappi nearly got his foot onto it. Haaland there. It's a good, tidy finish from Erling Haaland. A really good, tidy finish. That's just what the doctor ordered. Come on. Whew! Right. We've got to build on this now. We've got to keep going. Got to keep going. Game now is going to open up. Arsenal have got to chuck this at Man City. So it's a big 24 minutes coming up. This is as exciting as it gets. As exciting as it gets. Haaland up against Gabriel. There's some shirt pulling going on. Haaland. Oh, he's ripped his shirt. He's not giving a free kick. He's ripped his shirt. Oh, it's all just... Please tell me he's giving a free kick. He's ripped his shirt. Haaland needs a new shirt. I think it's underneath of his shirt that's ripped. Yeah, it's gonna have to come off. He needs a new one. And he says, "Nah, don't bother. I'm just gonna put my t-shirt on." And he gives it to the crowd. Someone else can have it. I think one of the City players asked for a new shirt. So let's have a look at this. Long ball gets sent in. There's a bit of pulling going on from both. Then there's the second pull. I get playing on with that. Then there's just a full pull, and then he grapples and pulls him to the ground. Has he given I don't think he's given a free kick. He's not given a free kick for that. That is absolutely unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Haaland's not even put his shirt on properly. Here's Rodri. Deflection and corner. Come on. Right, we're well up for this. Whoa, we're well up for this. The crowd are on top of this. Some noise inside the Etihad. 22 minutes to play. Arsenal have got some questions. It won't be long before Arteta twists, and the likes of Gyökeres and Trossard will come on. So City here got a corner and maybe a chance just grab a third. Cherki has gone over to take. What can the French international do then? Haaland's back in there again. Doku also ready for a short pass, but I think Cherki's just going to put one in. Arsenal's got a one-man wall on there. It's defended well by Arsenal. It's going to be another corner. Mosquera's not happy. Felt like he got something in the face. Can't believe it. His shot. Say what? Can't believe that. Good defending there from Saliba. Everyone talks about Gabriel, but I think Saliba's a quality centre-back. Right, another corner for Man City. Haaland is in there. Cherki's gone over to take. Khusanov's in there. Guehi's in there. Near post flicked on. Doku doesn't get his shot right. He's on top of it. He studs on top of it. And he just kind of just flicks it towards goal and it goes wide. And I said it won't be long before Arsenal are going to twist. Ben White is going to be coming on for the final 20 minutes. I'm not sure why they're making a defensive swap. Maybe Arteta's seen something that he's not happy with. And Leandro Trossard, said it won't be long before we see Trossard come on, and he will come on. The question is, how long is it going to be before they chuck Gyökeres on? Can't be long. They need a goal. Here's Doku then. 20 minutes remaining. Into the 71st minute. Cherki into the penalty area. Blocked only as far as Doku. Blocked as far as O'Reilly. Doku can't get that one under control, so he has to go all the way to the touchline. He'll turn it back. Here is Cherki. He's got Guehi for support. He's got Rodri back to Cherki. And City again just taking the time here. I think Arsenal just looking to try and regroup to make sure that City. Maybe this is the lesson that's been learned from Arsenal from Wembley a few weeks back. Through trying to force the issue, Man City just got on top and they scored two goals in 4 minutes that completely took it away from Arsenal. And what Arsenal can't afford is in the next couple of minutes, Man City score a third. Is Arsenal coming forward then? Martinelli's in a good position. If the ball comes across, the ball's not come across. They nearly gave it away, and that's going to be a free kick. Bernardo Silva giving a free kick away. He needs to be careful about not getting a yellow card. Remember, he's the final game in terms of his 10 yellow cards and a potential suspension. So if Bernardo Silva picks up a yellow card, he'll be suspended for the next 2 Premier League games, away games against Burnley and Everton. So Bernardo Silva here needs to try and keep it clean for the next 19 minutes because we can't really afford for Bernardo Silva to be suspended for them 2 games. Right, here's the danger of Arsenal's set piece then. Very central, but if there's players on that pitch for Arsenal who can do something from this central position, it's the likes of Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard that could maybe make something happen. Declan Rice is going to leave it for the Norwegian international. Gabriel's in there, Saliba's in there. Arsenal have committed bodies forward, no surprise. They need a goal, clipped in. Header, 1 post! Surely Arsenal are going to score? No! Good block, desperate from Man City, and Gabriel asking for the handball now. I thought he was going to ask for it much sooner. It looked like it had touched O'Reilly's arm. I think it's hit his backside in the end. It's a good block from Abdukodir Khusanov. Yeah, it hits his hip, actually, rather than his backside, and Arsenal hit the post again. Desperate defending. Yeah, no pay. He's asking the question of handball. It's hit his hip. It looked like it did hit his hand, and I thought it was just that deflection was going to take it past Donnarumma, but thankfully past Donnarumma and onto the post. So I think Arsenal are going to long throw this one now. Declan Rice has come over to launch this one into the box. This is again what you imagine City would have been working on, but how good was that free kick in there from Odegaard? And there's a reason why he's only just come back from injury, still on that pitch. Ideally, Arsenal probably wouldn't want him on that pitch in the situation that they find themselves in, but I think it's just too important for him not to be on. Long throw to the near post. Header should be won by O'Reilly and is. Rodri's got time and space here. Doku will help him to get this one clear. Arsenal have thrown all bodies forward. That goalkeeper's just going to let this one roll out for a throw, and Man City are going to take their opportunity to not only get their bodies forward, and Arsenal are going to say, we'll take the opportunity here to make some substitutions as well. Is it going to be Martin Odegaard that's going to come off now, or who's it that's coming off? So Eze that's going to come off for Trossard. And Ben White's also going to come on as well for Arsenal, change at right back. Mosquera that comes off. Right, more work then for Manchester City to do. It's going to very much be 16 minutes of the kitchen sink of Arsenal being chucked at City. So City here need to be defensively sound. Ideally, we want City to try and build on this and grab another goal, just to have the cushion of another goal. I'm not really thinking about goal difference today. Normally I would. I just feel like today's so important that the first issue is you've just got to win this game by any means necessary. It's good work there from Kai Havertz to draw Marc Guehi out of position, so he's got to get back across. Rodri's slotted into his spot instead. Here is a chance for Arsenal to put a ball into the box, and Donnarumma will collect that one. Too close to the goalkeeper. Ben White's first contribution to the game. He had a very heated game taking on Rayan Cherki at Wembley. 4 weeks back? I think it's 4 weeks ago, weren't it, because of the international break? Everything seems so long ago because, played Liverpool 2 weeks ago, and that's only 2 games ago. So used to in City in this period of the season, just playing, every 3-4 days. You kind of lose track. Long ball gets sent forward. Haaland's going to do everything he can to try and keep that one in, but he's not going to manage to keep that one in, and that will go out for a goal kick and nearly goes into the crowd. Right, we're into the final 15 minutes, guys. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, aiming for 100 likes, 41 likes away. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Keith, you're more than welcome. Don't forget, get your thoughts in the chat. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new around here. That would be much appreciated on that push now to 48,700 subscribers, which right now at this minute we have just hit, I am pleased to announce. So we can move that live subscriber count across, and we're now 300 subs away from 49,000. Super stuff. Here is Jeremy Doku. Heavier touch from Doku, taking on Ben White, and that will be a throw-in for Arsenal. 14 minutes remaining. I wonder how long it's going to be before Arsenal start to inject a bit of urgency, because the throw-in definitely didn't go out there. Referee, he'll pull Ben White back. Big 14 minutes or so remaining. Odegaard. He's going to get surrounded out, and O'Reilly will find the interception. Bernardo to O'Reilly. So what you can do is just buying some free kicks, really, isn't it? City time wasting. This is Doku. That's going to go out. Is that a corner? Corner for Manchester City. Arsenal asking for offside. Not given. And there'll be a corner for Manchester City instead, and just burn away a little bit more at the clock in what's been a very feisty affair. City got the narrowest of margins, leading by a goal here. 2-1. Less than 13 minutes to play. Corner Man City. Cherki to take. Guehi's in there. Rodri's in there. Corner comes in. It's deep. Header won by Arsenal. Should get this one clear. Abdukodir Khusanov's challenging. He does well. He does very well. Nearly got his ball across. Arsenal will get it with clear. Send it upfield. Bernardo Silva. Can he snuff it out? He does ever so well there, Bernardo Silva. He wants a free kick. He does really well, and he does get a free kick. Much to the appreciation of the Manchester City faithful. And Khusanov there, after he gave the ball away, trying to get another corner there, shows appreciation to his captain. It's a brilliant bit of recovery there on Kai Havertz, and that's fantastic work from Bernardo Silva. And his handball, I think, that was given against Kai Havertz, just trying to knock it past Bernardo there, and handball was the decision. A free kick for Manchester City. It burns away another minute off the clock. 12 minutes remaining here at the Etihad Stadium. How are the nerves? That's the question here. It does feel, Pep's right, it does feel like a final. You feel like you're 12 minutes away from winning a trophy is what it feels like. But, of course, whilst this game feels like a final, there's nothing that's decided today. Nothing. There's so much work left to do from here on out to the end of the season. Obviously, a massive game and a massive result for whichever team can have it go in their favour, but there's still a lot of work to do. And it's certainly not the end of this title race. As a ball comes forward, Trossard not on the same wavelength there, and the offside flag will go up, and Man City will take that every day of the week, and that's just going to eat another minute away at that clock as Gyökeres is being prepared for Arsenal. Too nervy, Laurie says. Can't watch. Whew. We're going to miss Bernardo 100%, John. 100%. Right, we're 37 likes, guys, away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, My Best 11. Links and details, they are in the description. And don't forget to subscribe as well. If you are new around here, long ball sent forward. Haaland gets the knockdown. Semenyo with the hold-up play. He's got Rodri and Cherki as options. Here's Cherki once more. 3 red shirts around him. Looks to try and get a corner. Doesn't get it right. And that'll go out to play for a goal kick, which Arsenal, I imagine, will be keen to get going ASAP. I imagine they'll be keen to get Gyökeres on that pitch sooner rather than later as well. Here's Marc Guehi then to Matheus Nunes. Ball gets played to Semenyo. He goes down. He wants a free kick. Referee says no free kick. Arsenal's not the best of plays there from Hincapié and goes out to play for a throw-in for Manchester City. And again, just a chance here for Man City to burn away a little bit more of this clock. City just now not really with any urgency. They're just going to try and, I think, get this job done. This is what I said. It's going to be a nervy ending. I said 3-1 Man City and Arsenal are going to chuck everyone forward, and I'm hoping that City's defence can hold that they'll have the opportunity to, right at the end of this game, kill this game off. Gabriel and Haaland battling again. Arsenal get a foot onto it. Should have mopped that up, but Rodri's found O'Reilly. O'Reilly with a little bit of space. He thinks about the shot. He wisely doesn't. Gives it Doku instead. He wants to take his man on. Tries to get it across, but that's good defending. And that's not the best of passes, and Marc Guehi should be able to mop that up, and Doku's kept himself onside. Here's Cherki now to O'Reilly. He's going over to the corner flag, trying to defend this one out. He's done well. Man City have done very well there to keep hold of the ball. Here's Cherki. Plays his pass out to Abdukodir Khusanov. Here's Nunes. He's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Arsenal are going to put that press on now. Havertz looks disorientated that City found the pass. It's good pressing from Arsenal. They find the interception, but it will go out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Again, the clock just continues to burn. 8 minutes remaining. Bernardo Silva with 36 touches here in the second half. Of the most touches in the second half, the first 5 players are all Manchester City players with the most touches in the second half. Gabriel on Haaland, and Haaland finally gets a free kick, and City celebrate that, and there's a bit of pushing going on now. Oh, they're going head to head, and there's a little potential headbutt. Rodri and Gabriel now getting involved. It's all getting a bit scrappy now, and some comments are being made. Arsenal's head loss coming in. City just need to be careful. They don't need to do anything silly here. Don't need to do anything silly. Don't get involved. Don't get involved in the mind games. Don't get involved in it. Do not get involved in it. Don't need to do anything silly in that situation there. Haaland and Gabriel have clearly got some stuff to say. There's some things of head. Haaland will probably go in the book. Gabriel will go in the book. I imagine the referee's probably going to have a word with Gabriel about him leaning again in. So Haaland goes into the book. Gabriel goes into the book. And then, Rodri's getting involved and everyone's coming over. You don't need to get involved in them. It's where silly things happen. You don't need to be silly. Nothing silly needs to happen. There's a little kick out there from Gabriel, so Haaland's not happy about that and gives him a shove. Words are exchanged, head to head. He kind of thrashes his head forward. They go head to head. And then tries to... That's a risky bit of business there from Gabriel there, nutting his head forward onto Haaland's nose. Naughty from Gabriel, that. Real naughty. I didn't think he'd initially made contact. I thought he just kind of leant back forward again, but I didn't know he'd managed to go head to head. Pep Guardiola's into the book again. He loves a yellow card this season, Pep, doesn't he? Good grief. Right, Gabriel into the book. Haaland into the book. You don't get many yellow cards, Haaland. What's that? He's like second yellow card of the season. Yeah, we don't need to do anything stupid, anything silly. Don't need to get involved in Arsenal's games that they want to play. Anyway, Rayan Cherki, 6 minutes remaining. He's going to come off. City are going to get some fresh legs on there now. Rayan Cherki feels like it's job done. Got himself his goal. It's a wonderful goal as well. Such a silky goal. Brilliant, brilliant goal from Rayan Cherki. Phil Foden's going to be the man that comes on. What can Phil do? Well, big 5 minutes here. If he can do something here against Arsenal, you know, he's trying to get to the World Cup with England. So it's a big 5 minutes this for Phil. Zubamendi then, so it's the extra midfielder that comes off, and the extra attacker is on. Gyökeres on for Zubamendi. It's going to take the midfield control out of Arsenal. Five minutes. A big 5 minutes in this Premier League title race. Bernardo sends this one long, looking for Doku. Header will be won. Where's the second ball? Where's the second ball? O'Reilly's got the second ball. Not really got anywhere to go, so he gives it to Doku. Tries to feed it through, looking for Haaland. City have done real well to find the space. There's the space. Right, here's Semenyo on the right-hand side. Squares one across looking for Phil. Cleared by Arsenal. Mopped up by Abdukodir Khusanov. Arsenal got to be very careful because obviously now with the time remaining, Man City nick a goal here and the game's over. So that's the danger that Arsenal have got to be really wary of. Obviously they've got to try and find a goal. They're 2-1 behind, but they've just got to try and hold their structure as well. Got to try and find ways of getting the ball forward first and foremost. Here's Martin Odegaard, plays his pass to Saliba. Here's Ben White. He's got his opportunity now for this Arsenal ball to go forward, looking for Martinelli. He's going to run out of room though, Martinelli, and that's going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. There's more animation coming on as Savinho is going to be coming on for Man City now. City just clearly looking for a bit of keep ball. Seventh yellow card for Pep. Seventh yellow card. Rodri's down. Like he's feeling either the top of his thigh or his groin. A bit of pain. I think Man City maybe just taking their opportunity to regroup. Nico Gonzalez is going to be coming on for Rodri here. So Rodri clearly feels like, he needs some fresh legs. He's getting tired. He needs to come off. I'm hoping it's just going to be a precaution that he's going to come off and he's not pulled his hamstring or anything. Obviously, we need to protect Rodri as best we can. Savinho will come on. In the meantime, it's going to be for Jeremy Doku. Man City clearly just feel the need for some fresh legs here at the end of this game. Rodri, he seems to be walking okay. And he says, I'll come off. It's never good that I think it's... I'm not sure what the camera angle we're doing there. I think Pep's just gone to ask how Rodri is. Is Rodri going to go into the stands as Nico Gonzalez comes on for Rodri? I don't know if Rodri's going to go into the stands or if he's going to go down the tunnel and go and get some treatment. I'm unsure. O'Reilly launches this throw-in then to Haaland. He wants a free kick. Arsenal get a throw-in. Throw-in is taken. Odegaard whacks it up. Guehi wins the header. He's happy just to nod that one out for a throw-in. He wants City just to regroup and get back because there's 2 minutes. Less than that now, remaining of normal time. Long throwing comes in. Guehi will win the header on that. Savinho gets his foot onto it. Looks for Haaland. Can't find him. Ball launched long from Arsenal. All a bit desperate. Don't really feel the need that Arsenal need to just launch these balls into the box. Surely just got to find a bit of space. City are choosing to sit quite a few players very deep as there's a bit of pushing and shoving going on there between Saliba and Erling Haaland. As it is, Arsenal then got the bit of space here. Declan Rice to Ben White. Here's Kai Havertz. O'Reilly very physical, very strong, does so well. Foden then to Savinho. Here's the fresh legs. Pep's instructions pretty clear. Just have a run with it. Savinho has a run with it. Happy just to keep hold of the ball. City just play it back. Guehi, happy to take no chances. Back to Donnarumma. I imagine Donnarumma will want this as far away from his goal as possible. He does. Looking for Semenyo. Can't find him. Arsenal will get a foot onto it. Again, just Arsenal looking to try and launch it, and I don't really get why. Donnarumma sends this one long again. Look like a high foot there from Semenyo, and Arsenal just needlessly give the ball away. Man City, I think, will just be happy to burn this clock all the way down to the 90th minute. Khusanov and Guehi. Great games for Manchester City. But this job's not done for City just yet. Trossard wins the ball back for Arsenal. Was it Odegaard? I'm not sure. I think it's Leandro Trossard. Here's Saliba then. Finds Trossard into the first 7 minutes then added on. 7 minutes. Seen a goal. Substitutions have been made. Obviously a bit of thingy for Rodri. Ball's gone out of play a few times for throw-ins. I feel like you're always going to get a good chunk of added time. So there's 7 minutes here for Arsenal to try and find a goal. Long ball gets sent forward. O'Reilly, he wants to defend this one out, and he does a brilliant job in doing so. That will eat away a few seconds there. Martinelli couldn't keep hold of it. There's a little group hug going on for O'Reilly there. 6 minutes. Glum faces in that away end at the minute. Arsenal, the joint best team in the season. 8 goals in the 90th minute and beyond. So some danger that City have to be wary of. Long ball sent forward then. Headed clear by Arsenal. They'll pick the ball up and there's a bit of space for Arsenal to work with here, including for Leandro Trossard. Referee says no free kick there. Matheus Nunes looked like he'd slipped. And Arsenal wanted the free kick. Let's have a look at that. That's why I groaned. Have a look at this again. No, there isn't too much in it. He looks to try and wrap his arm around him, Nunes, there. Doesn't do so. As he slips, Arsenal player goes to the ground and maybe just trying to buy it. I'm not sure. Not the best of headers that forward from City, and that's going to be a goal kick for Arsenal. It will, though, however, chip another minute away at the clock. So by the time Arsenal get this one back underway, it's going to be less than 5 minutes remaining. And worked our way through 2 minutes of added time, 5 to go. Here's Odegaard. Under pressure from Foden. Finds his pass though. Cross is coming in. There's a touch here. Nunes needs to get rid. He does. Man City want a free kick. I'm surprised Arsenal's kept hold of this. Cross comes in. Headed clear by Manchester City. Falls to the edge of the penalty area where Odegaard's mopped it up. Yeah, I'm surprised Arsenal kept that in. I thought they might have just taken the long throw instead and launched something into the box. But obviously Hincapié was happy to put a cross in instead. Not the best of passes to Saliba, so he's got to go wide here to Ben White. City have got all the bodies back here now. Arsenal got everybody forward, and that's a good interception from Nico O'Reilly. Looks to just knock it past, and Arsenal are going to have to keep this in because it would have been a throw-in for... throw-in for Manchester City, so they've got to keep it in and send it back. City preparing to send Nathan Ake on as another minute's eaten away on the clock. Ball comes forward from Arsenal. 4 minutes then. Martinelli. Into Odegaard. It's a great tackle from Bernardo. Should be mopped up, though, by Martinelli. And is. Odegaard. Cross is coming. Header needs to be won by City and is. And good defending there from Matheus Nunes. And City are going to have to get all the bodies back because Arsenal are going to chuck everybody into the penalty area for another corner that City will have been working really hard all week on trying to deal with. And this is, Arsenal's situation. They'll be happy with, if we need to find a goal and we've got only 2 minutes to go and find it. The situation they want is we want a corner, get a quality ball into the box. So defending here for City to do. It's, of course, Declan Rice that's going to take. Gabriel is in there, poised and ready. Corner's coming in. Header, won by Manchester City. Donnarumma's on the floor. He needs to get up. He wanted a free kick. I feel like he was just a bit too desperate to get a free kick there, to be honest. It was good defending from City to win the header and head it clear. City now just inviting the pressure. Can't really get a hold of the football, so it's all Arsenal now. 2.5 minutes. Trossard. Cross comes in. Header 1! Oh, it's over the top of the crossbar. Havertz with the opportunity there. It was for Arsenal. That was their moment. Brilliant ball into the box. Havertz does everything right. He wins the header. He heads it over. What an opportunity for Arsenal. What an opportunity for Kai Havertz. I don't think Donnarumma gets a hand on this. He doesn't. I think the keeper's beat if he puts that either side. He's put it over the top of the crossbar. What an opportunity for Kai Havertz. What an opportunity for Arsenal. The massive Premier League advantage was right there. The Arsenal fans know it. The opportunity was right there. 2 minutes remain then. Semenyo off, Ake on. City are defending this now. Nothing silly from Man City. You're clearing your lines, you're getting the job done. It feels like Anfield all over again from February, this. It really does. Donnarumma's going to launch this as far away from his goal as possible. Header won by O'Reilly. Savinho can't get his head on it. Arsenal can. Nico G wins his header. Savinho hooks it back in. Arsenal will mop this up, but it will burn another minute off the clock. 1 minute remaining. Arsenal have got 60 seconds. They've got to get this ball forward. They've got to get the ball forward. Man City have got an initial press to meet Arsenal. Here's Odegaard is just going to work it now to Declan Rice, and Rice is going to bring Arsenal forward. Again, Arsenal have got the bodies there. The ball's going to have to come in. Here it comes. O'Reilly wins the header on Martinelli. Got to mark up, got to mark up. Throw-in taken quickly. Surprised they've not long throwed and launched this. Odegaard. Into Declan Rice. Rice. Ake wins his header. Haaland's got it under control. Haaland's just going to whack this as far away from the City goal as possible and out for a throw-in. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Arsenal then into the discretion of the referee. Oh, City bench are up now. We're on the full-time whistle, ref. The 7 minutes. The 7 minutes are done. How long does the referee want to add on? I have a feeling he's going to add a minute on. Brilliant win of the header there from Guehi. Foden, just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Played back to Donnarumma. Get rid of that ball. Whacked clear eventually. Referee's not interested in blowing the full-time whistle yet. But he is now! What a 3 points for Manchester City! What a win! What a performance! Title race. It's on. What a 3 points for Manchester City. Whoo! Can't hide the magnitude there. 3 points. What a massive, massive, massive win for Manchester City. Massive win. +1 goal difference in favour of Arsenal. They've got the 3 points. City have the game in hand. Haaland's tapping his ear. Oh, smile on his face. Cherki's tapping the badge. Nothing's done today, though. Nothing's done today. So, I'm not going to sit here and start to, spoil the party or anything, but there is nothing won today. We've got 6 games remaining, 6 wins needed. Goal difference now looking very important. So the question is, can we go to Burnley on Wednesday night to go top of the Premier League? These are the big, big moments. Big, big moments. Big, big win that. This title race is well and truly on. What a game. What a moment. Etihad's rocking. Nobody's left the seats. Nobody's going home early today. They want to show their appreciations. They know what it means. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Panic on the streets of London. Nothing short of exceptional. Just... This is going to be a title race and a half now. 1 win in 6 for Arsenal. It's 4 wins in a row for Manchester City. It's Wednesday night. We're heading over to Burnley in Lancashire. Burnley took the lead at Nottingham Forest today, battling for survival. Can't mathematically be relegated on Wednesday, so but they're going to be fighting for the life. So City struggled a little bit with playing against relegation teams and teams that have been threatened with relegation. So we've got to turn up and do a performance and show why we're capable of going top and being Premier League champions. Massive, massive game that on Wednesday. Arsenal will be watching, hoping for a favour from Burnley. And, of course, Man City will be playing near enough at the same time that Arsenal are playing against Newcastle at the weekend. And it's not an easy game for Arsenal. Arsenal now have got a week off and a week to dwell on this result. So, as I said, title race very much not done and dusted. So, guys, 26 likes to go to 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. It is free to subscribe. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code MANCITY to join my private league as well. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And also don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the live chat whilst we're live for the next minute or so, or your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the game. Gargantuan result, gargantuan watch along, guys. And we'll be back again on Wednesday to do it all again. Happy days. City 2, Arsenal 1, Premier League title race. Maybe it's not done and dusted. Manchester City in a very strong position now. Nothing decided. City are celebrating, big smiles on the face. Got to keep it going. Got to win on Wednesday. And that, for me now, is mentally where I'm zoning to on Wednesday. As I said at the start of the watch-along, you want to win a Premier League title, then you're always thinking about the next game, and you're only focused one game at a time. Crazily enough, City still have it in their hands. Arsenal still have it in their hands. This potentially could come down to goal difference. So, if we can find a way to win our next 6 games, you want to be winning. You want to be making sure that we're winning by a comfortable amount. And getting Arsenal under pressure, for me, is where you potentially break Arsenal. And I think if City can go top, by the time that we face Southampton on Saturday, Arsenal have got that tricky game against Newcastle in the Premier League. By the time that we're there, we're good to go. That bloke's back with the Arsenal bottle again. Of course, the cameraman's managed to find a way of finding him as City fans just continuing to party in the stands. And why not? There we go. Uncle, Arsenal hate pressure. The Arsenal bottle. I don't want... Do you know, the thing is, I could happily do a long video in speaking about Arsenal and, bottle and all this and all that. I don't want to get too carried away. As I said, it's just, there's nothing that's been decided as of yet. It's a gargantuan, massive result. That's, for me, is as far as it goes, because we've still got a job to do, and I don't want to end up with egg on our face. Arsenal can still win the Premier League, we can still win the Premier League, we're still in the hunt, we're still in the race, we can still do this. Job's a good one, 6 games to go. Let's go and get them 6 wins and let's go from there and see what happens. Right, guys. Alvin, Taylor, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Right, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with my match reaction in the next hour also for you guys to enjoy. And as I said, Wednesday evening, we'll be back again with another live watch-along. It's Manchester City's away game against Burnley in the Premier League. A chance for Man City to go top. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you to everyone that's interacted with me today. Left a thumbs up, left donations and everything. It is much appreciated. 23 likes away from 100 likes. We can have a big push towards that in the post-production. Then that would be much appreciated. And I'll see you all again for the next one. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.